Today we get to see what the best of college football 27 has to offer when it comes to the recruiting classes. The #1 overall prospect, 25 of them we have here today, with the #1 player in the video being a defensive tackle speed rusher. And you know how these go if you've watched them before, but for those of you who don't, we follow their careers, spectate all the playoff games, give you all the information that you need to know. Soma Abushi went to USC, elite dev, 78 overall. #2, we have Garrison Kegler, a wide receiver speedster, 93 speed, 93 excel, good route running. And Soma Abushi, as a backup defensive tackle, was able to actually get 1 sack in his limited playtime. Garrison Kegler, I mean, following up the trend from the wide receiver video that I've already done, Ohio State, probably not a surprise, but Abushi, a +6, and right into the starting lineup he goes. Kegler, star development. I also did take into account a request that I have had for videos like this. You'll see Jalen Verrett, the next player, actually looks really good. A bump and run corner, 83 man with 96 speed. But for defensive players in the video, you're going to see a little adjustment. Let me know how you feel about this. When I've done videos with defenders in the past, you guys have said, some of you at least have said, well, I can't find the defender sometimes. Can you make it a little bit easier to identify? Well, to start off each drive, I'll give you a little bit of an identifier of where the player is. As USC in the playoffs here, #3 seed, first round bye, taking on Indiana here, and a couple of sacks, not from Abushi, but the rest of the D-line picking things up with a monstrous loss of yards for Indiana. They got to punt the ball away, and for USC, they now have the ball, 3rd down and 9, but they're up by 11, so things are coming up all Trojans, as they will go 3 and out, and when we take back over, you can see quick little flash highlighting where Abushi is, and there he is making the tackle on the run stop, no gain, as 3rd down and 10 hits. They throw over the middle for a completion, but yeah, that's just the one big, adjustment I wanted to make for these videos when it comes to having defenders in them, because it's easy to identify the quarterback and the running back, but for some of the D linemen or cornerbacks, you don't know which side they're playing on or what linebacker slot they're playing because they flip them constantly. And yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an easy indicator. I know that was one of the more requested things, as Indiana got a conversion here on 4th down. And now with just under 6 minutes to play, bubble screen out. Gonna be tackled for a loss of 3 as Indiana now 2nd down at 13. Got a completion underneath, and that'll get him 6, but now 3rd down and 7 from the 37. They'll tackle him in the backfield, and that'll force a field goal try from 55 yards. Kick is no good. And that is the type of kick that can really kick you right out of the game, because you're still going to be down 2 scores of 4 minutes to play. And now the defense needing another 3 and out like they got previously, and there's their opportunity. 3rd down and 3 from the 45. Quick out on the drag, and he's got the 1st down. Just by a yard, but he got it, and now with under 3 to go, they can really start to run out the time here. And Indiana burning timeouts. Throw outside is caught. 3rd down and 7. They don't convert, but by this point, I mean, you've already done the majority of the heavy lifting here. Field goal good. And with a 14-point lead, Indiana with 1 timeout. Are we going to see a trend that we've been following with these videos, I feel like? At least in 2 of the 3 that I've done, I feel like the first player of the video turns out to be pretty successful, at least from a team standpoint, as you can see. Maybe individually not, because Abushi got put on his back on that play. But the first player, I mean, they've gone on to have good success when it comes to making a national championship and a touchdown for Indiana. But will it even matter? Onside kick? Nope, it is picked up by USC. And after a 1st-round bye, you get a 2nd-round victory, and onto the semifinals. Abushi ended up with 1 tackle for loss, 2 tackles as a whole. So, okay performance. I mean, we're looking to see if they can get any big splash plays, though, as we head to the semifinals. Kansas State, #10 seed, but they made it all the way here. As rolling, right, it's a tie game, and Kansas State has the ball, but a 3rd down stop. I mean, they started the 4th quarter on a 3rd and long, so not an ideal start, as USC gets the ball, good field position. They're right around midfield already. Quick throw outside. Blocking set up pretty nicely from the receivers, and he gets a 1st down to the 40-yard line as they'll go send an extra man unblocked off the edge, but he gets the throw off and coming across the field. That's a 1st down. Gain of 28. And to the 12-yard line, handoff looking for the lead. The field goal seems inevitable, but can they find the end zone? Blitz in, end zone shot. There's a flag in that one. Yeah, he kind of got in the way there. That's going to be pass interference and mark them down with a first down and goal at the 1. Handoff. No, he keeps it. He dives in. Touchdown, USC. Ibushi now. Let's see if he can do something out there. Not going to have an impact on this play, but the defense gets him down for a 2-yard loss. I guess the other thing I wanted to know, when I highlight the player, do you want me, when they're on defense, I guess, to like commentate what the player does or more what happens in the game and keep it pretty neutral? I'll try to mix in a bit of both, just try to focus on the player, because I know some of you guys, I have to imagine there's plenty of you guys who don't maybe watch the videos. They kind of just, listen in the background and listen for the commentary and maybe look over when a big play happens or something. So I'm going to try to mix it in a little bit better and always try new things and see if it's well received. If it's not, we go back to the original. It is what it is, but I think I always want to try to make things a little bit better for these videos, whether it's my commentary, the producing of the graphics, or the editing, or whatever the case is. As USC, though, I mean, they're going to lose yards here, but they're in field goal range at the 33-yard line. 4 minutes to play. Design rollout, gets the throw out for the completion. Not going to be enough for the first, but they're going to go for it, and I think this is a mistake to go for it. As a fire over the middle, but he does get it. I was going to say you should kick the field goal to go up by 2 scores with 3.5 to go, but hey, it works out for them. They're going to be able to run some more time off the clock as Kansas State burning timeouts. On 3rd down, you will get sacked, but you did make them burn all of their timeouts. Kick the field goal, and that'll be a 2-score lead as Ibushi now can he try to close on defense. And there's a big throw down the middle of the field for Kansas State right to midfield. I mean, this is a situation, though, where you're going to need the onside kick. It'll scramble a lot of room, everybody down the field, and that's a scramble of 30 yards, just man coverage, everybody up top, and you just handed them a free 30, but as the defense just needs to make sure that, I mean, they actually don't even need to really make sure of anything. They just need to make sure their special teams recovers an onside kick. And maybe if you could force them to kick the field goal now rather than getting the touchdown first. 3rd down and 10, the chance to do that. Scrambling, he won't get it. 4th and inches, and they will kick it. I mean, I get it, but 4th and inches at the 10, maybe could have tried to go for the touchdown first. Doesn't matter, though, because the onside kick is picked up, and somehow, some way, for as hard as it is to like make national championships in these videos when we're spectating one player, Ibushi got half a sack, a tackle for loss, and he's headed to a national championship. Man, it's a weird trend that we've been having with the first player of these videos, but in this one, it's not looking the way of USC 24-7, and not only that, the opening, play that we see in the 4th quarter is a Texas A&M touchdown. It's 31-7, and nobody's played well, not on offense, not on defense. As 3rd down at 16 hits, he'll take a shot deep, double coverage, incomplete. And yeah, I think you got to go for it here. Down by a whole lot as he's throwing, and it's going to be incomplete. A&M takes over, and well, look at the carving up of the defense. Ibushi, nobody really is able to do much of anything. And another touchdown for A&M, which is going to essentially put this one to bed. A 38-7 game. We'll give you a little highlight here. That's an incredible touchdown grab. If it was a little bit more meaningful, it would have been a lot more hype for it, but instead it only cuts the lead down to 24 with a minute to play in the 4th quarter. USC does find the end zone again, so they make the final score look a little bit better, 38-21. But that'll ultimately be it. Just too much allowed from the defense. Ibushi, no tackles for loss, no sacks, just a single tackle as a whole. But Ibushi, 12 tackles for loss, 4 sacks in his first year as a starter, and being a true sophomore overall. It's not bad. Jalen Verrett goes to Texas. I think Verrett could be awesome. Like, he has a really cool skill set. Ibushi goes up +3. So, I mean, he looks awesome. Maybe he can go to the NFL as soon as this year if he wants to declare for it. Kegler up to an 81, not going to start yet. Verrett, star dev, but I just love the speed and the man coverage ability. Awesome combo. RJ Ballman is going to be a gem right tackle. So, we're getting to see, any and every position. I mean, I don't think there's any position other than, like, kicker, punter, fullback, or whatever that we're not going to see. But this is the interesting thing. How the heck did USC make the national championship last year? And then they went 4-8 this year. Ibushi, 5.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. But what the heck, man? Kegler in his first 2 seasons has racked up a total of 8 catches, and Ibushi goes straight to the pros. You don't want to deal with another USC season. What the heck happened there? What in the world, man? Jalen Verrett ends up transferring to Alabama, and Bauman goes and commits to Indiana. But that's one of the more surprising fall-offs that I've seen from national championship loser to bottom of the Big Ten. Garrison Kegler is going to be starting. Jalen Verrett transferring to Alabama. Well, he's going to immediately get a starting job. Bauman, elite dev at Indiana, but he's buried behind a whole bunch of talented linemen. Trayvon Lovelace is another cornerback, but this one's going to be a bust cornerback. So you can see the difference here when he's a boundary guy, under 90 speed, no super high coverage rating, but still could be a nice player. Verrett, Alabama doesn't make a bowl game, and Verrett ends up with 2 interceptions, couple deflections. Fine season for a guy starting in that spot. But now we move over to Garrison Kegler, the wide receiver at Ohio State. And I don't need to, I feel like, identify the wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, like I said, so there won't be any of that on this. But yeah, this game, there wasn't anything to show you on offense, just defense. How about 2 interceptions? And then for good measure, with a minute left to play, a 31-14 pass outside, jumped and picked off, and Ohio State's #1 ranked 13-0 record, and a great defense is going to get a pick 6 and 3 fourth quarter interceptions as a whole to wrap up a dominant victory in the second round. And Kegler in the offense, we'll see if they can be the star of the show in the semifinals against Texas A&M. 28-16 your score, but starting off, A&M's got a field goal try on 4th and 2, make it 28-19. So now we get to see the Ohio State offense. Kegler out there, and the other receiver, another star receiver, gets the jet pass and makes the most of it. That's 22 yards. As this Ohio State team, no surprise, they got stars everywhere. Running back, quarterback, 2 receivers, offensive linemen, anybody and everybody. As a throw underneath, number 14, the other star receiver, getting the completion once again. They go play fake to him, and there's Kegler out of the motion, and he gets a first down. So they faked it to him on the jet, and then just flipped it to him. Got an easy play, and then a straight down the middle throw to the 1-yard line. As they go handoff, now stopped in the backfield. To the 3, they back him up. Now handoff once again. He's in for the touchdown, and Ohio State takes a 16-point lead. A&M now taking back over with 7 to play, and they need not only a touchdown, but a 2-point conversion to do that all over again. They got just 7 to do it as they scramble for the first down to the 30-yard line. Now move ahead after a couple of yards on first down. They go 2nd and 6, drag route, got him past the defender, who, that's an interesting defender number to be. Is he wearing 89? What the heck is going on there? I thought that was like a tight end or a wide receiver out there in coverage. Regardless, though, they find themselves at the 37-yard line. 5 minutes to play, and the handoff will have him bounce off a tackler, brought down for 3. 3rd down and 7, 4-man rush. Moving right, on the run, that's the first down completion to the 24. Taking a decent amount of time on this drive, and the running back was not ready for that screen at all. I don't even think he knew the play called, because he didn't even try to run the screen. 3rd down and 10, an incomplete pass, and now game very much on the line here. 4th and 10, send one to the end zone, one-on-one, and broken up. Ohio State takes over, and now just needing to not have any catastrophic mistakes. There's a completion for Kegler and a first down to keep the clock moving. Now a handoff through 4, a gain of 4. We're down to under 3 to play as they go with a man in motion and inside handoff. That'll be another couple of yards for 3rd down and 3. Can they get another first? He reaches, he's not even close, but by that point, you get it down to about 2 minutes to play. They burn 2 timeouts, and A&M, nice completion there, but they need a whole lot to go their way. He'll scramble. He'll run for the first and slide for 7. Gotten a whole lot of running production. 10 carries, 52 yards for the quarterback. Is now a completion outside. We'll get him the first down to the 125 mark at the 25-yard line as they send one to the end zone. This time, try it again. Picked off. And that'll do it for Ohio State to send them to a national championship. Okay, we're having big success here. 57 yards for Kegler, but already a second national championship appearance for one of our players. Cool, the first two have made it. Oklahoma, we could be in for a long video if every player wants to make a national championship. We don't anticipate that happening, but can Ohio State do what USC couldn't and get one of our players a ring? We'll see, as Ohio State down 21-14, and Oklahoma with the ball, but that is a back-breaking penalty. That's a face mask on a tackle for a loss, so move it instead of like a loss of 3. Give them a gain of 15 at the 40-yard line. Quick slant. Got him in a broken tackle. And moving the ball to the 24. And that's 2 plays that could have easily been nothing or a loss of yards in the case of the tackle for loss that was a face mask. And they somehow find themselves in the red zone and now into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners. And it's 28-14. Let's see this offense hit some explosive plays. They've been playing from out in front in the games that we have seen. And in the case of the Kansas State game, we didn't even watch them as Kegler gets the catch 4. A gain of 3rd down and 2. I want to see this offense have some explosive plays as he'll run. On the run, throw that ball deep. And in coverage, incomplete. 4th down and 2, and they'll go for it from way backed up, but they do convert. And now, with 5.5 to play action. Quick throw, decisive, and finds the tight end at the 40. So from backed up inside their own 20, having to go for it on 4th down, to now finding themselves almost at midfield. But it's 3rd down and 6, Kegler in motion, as they'll get one out to the back. And he's close. They give him the marker. 1st down at midfield. Play action. Blitz in. Get it out to the fullback. And the fullback's got 10. Ohio State, though, really up against it time-wise. 3:40 to play. And a throw down the middle. He's leveled. And incomplete. 3rd and 10. Another 3rd down situation. Throw it back across the middle. Tight end's got the first. I believe they do. Got it. Yes, they do. 29-yard line. And underneath on the drag, he's not going to get the first, but he'll get 9. 2nd and 1. Finally entering the red zone. It's been a long drive. End zone. Out the back it goes. Another 3rd down. Draw play. He's not going to get it. It's 4th and inches. And will it all end here on the throw? He gets it up the sidelines and the running back on the wheel. It's a touchdown. A very well-placed throw and a chance for Ohio State now. With all their timeouts of the 2-minute warning, they just need to get the stop. And, well, even though you allowed 5, you pushed them out of bounds so the clock stops. 2nd down at 5, you bring them down for 2. 3rd and 3, but no resistance shown, and he gets the first. One more for Oklahoma should do it. Incomplete pass, though. That's big for Ohio State. Now read option through the middle, down for 2. 3rd and 8. Here's your chance. Game on the line. It's incomplete, and Oklahoma threw it twice. Both of them incomplete. You gave Ohio State now a decent amount of time given the circumstances. 2 minutes to go. Maybe no timeouts, but maybe it isn't. Just not gonna matter, man. It throws an interception to end it. And I don't think they needed to force it that much, but unfortunate there, as Kegler, though, 90 catches, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns, a really nice season for Kegler. And what I think is also cool is that he's going to stay for another year. Ballman also transfers to Ohio State. He's not going to start, but Jalen Verrett, I guess he was done on the Alabama sinking ship. He goes to Michigan now, and Trayvon Lovelace commits to Notre Dame. So interesting, Verrett's already transferred twice. Now Kegler +4 overalls, and we'll see if he can repeat. Verrett, he'll start at Michigan now, so he's been from Texas to Alabama to Michigan. And R.J. Bauman +5, but still not going to start at Ohio State. Lovelace is still a star dev corner, but he's a little low for an overall 74. And Casey Herring, how about another corner? And how about another bust corner? He's 6'2", though, in good zone. And, well, we have some potential Heisman action here. Look who's in the running. Garrison Kegler is a Heisman finalist alongside his quarterback, Paul Kalu, who was the quarterback last year. So the quarterback-receiver duo repeats this season and does even better, as the Heisman Trophy is not going to either Ohio State player. You're going to notice a trend here. Just keep in mind Boise State wide receivers. It's going to be a lot of that. You'll see at the end. It's crazy. Kegler, though, does make NCAA All-American, of course, after being a Heisman finalist. He's a 92 overall by now. And meanwhile, for Verrett, Michigan destroys Vanderbilt in their bowl game, and Verrett had a better season. one extra pick, one extra deflection, a lot more tackling production. And let's go to Ohio State, where they made the national championship last year, couldn't get it done. Can they make it back this year after being the #1 team in the country? Another first-round bye. They're taking on Notre Dame. Now, Lovelace is on this Notre Dame roster, but he is not starting. He is not even really playing much at all. And Notre Dame finds themselves at the 6-yard line, down by 3, looking for the lead. And an untouched run gives them just that, a lead for the Irish. And Notre Dame now up by 4. Can Kegler, Kalu, and the rest of these players at receiver, they have a whole trio of star guys at receiver. Can they come up big here as they'll go handoff now? And tackled right in the hole for only a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9. They go outside of number 14. He'll get a single yard again. 3rd down and 8 as Kalu steps up and fires one into the defense. Picked off. He wanted it down the middle again, just like kind of how he threw a pick in the national championship to lose it. It was a little bit further down the field, but just forcing it down the middle. Didn't need to do that. And now Notre Dame with a designed keeper. He'll get double-digit yards, and at the 35, it's a little scary now, especially if you can't keep them out of the end zone. A field goal at least will keep it a one-score game, but you got to keep them out of the end zone. They find themselves in the red zone, though, with a gain of 12. At the 14 they go. Design keeper for the quarterback again. Brought down for 5. As 2nd down, they go designed draw play, snap to the guy again. I mean, they're just letting this quarterback keep it every single play. As on 3rd down, they get a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Ohio State at least does hold to a field goal, though. It's a one-score game. 19-yard line, 4.5 to go. Kalu rolls left. Kalu launches it deep. He's got a stab. What a throw! And it right into the breadbasket. And the 1st down to the 19. That was just an incredible throw, man. I can't even really say anything other than that. And Kegler maybe not getting too involved, but these other receivers are. 4th down and inches, though. You got to go for it. Don't let it be all for nothing. Outside, caught! He doesn't get it, though! And that incredible play results in nothing afterwards. Now Notre Dame can try to knock him out here. Design to the quarterback again. You got to be ready for it. It's just design, keeper after keeper. And now they're under the middle. Another 1st down might very well do it, as they'll go for 2. 2:40 to play. Guess what? Keeper again. And he'll get 4. 3rd down and 4 with the game on the line. Speed option doesn't have it. Ohio State will get 1 try, 1:15 to go, and can they make it happen unlike in the national championship last year? This is a bit of a chance at redemption for you. Throw it outside, it's caught, and there it goes, number 14 again. I mean, Kegler's the guy we're looking at, but 14's making all the plays. Touchdown, Ohio State. We're headed to overtime, just like that. And okay, you did what you couldn't do in the national championship, which was tie the game. Now, can you finish the job and win it? Incomplete pass. Ohio State has it to start overtime. 2nd down and 10. Over the middle. Caught. And a 1st down. 13 yards at the 12. I mean, Kegler's not touching the ball at all, but hey, I mean, that's okay. That was terrible. What in the... How'd you lose 7 yards on a completion? And now 2nd and 17. Caught, and he couldn't keep his feet in bounds, so he only gets 4. 3rd and 13. Pass outside is caught, but he couldn't get past everybody. 4th and 3. And that'll be a field goal, so Notre Dame can win it with a touchdown. Here's their try at it, as he'll step up and run. Guess what? He's running again. This quarterback runs it a lot. 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. As he'll move left, he'll scramble again. He'll get close, 3rd and inches. He's got 20 carries. 3rd down, though. Quick pass, got it! And it's on the 5. Knocked down at the 1. And for the game, Notre Dame knocks out Ohio State into the playoffs. You just couldn't stop the quarterback scrambling, for one. And in overtime, you did yourself a real disservice with that loss of 7. And then you couldn't stay in bounds on the next play. And then it's just unfortunate. Kegler, though, has a really good year. 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Even if it was a bit more of a quiet playoff game, he was really good. 1st-round pick, well-deserved. A good career for Kegler. Casey Herring, hey, he goes to Michigan. So we got two Michigan corners now. Jalen Verrett still starting. He's going to end up being a 3-year starter at Michigan and Alabama. R.J. Ballman is going to start at tackle for Ohio State. Now a +6 jump. Trayvon Lovelace, +4, still not starting at Notre Dame. And then Casey Herring, impact dev corner, and only a 75. Not great. Keegan Aldridge will stay in the secondary. This time, a safety, 90 speed, 6'1", 77 tackling. I mean, good athleticism at 6'1". I mean, not bad. I mean, better than the last two corners that we've gotten. At least it's not a bust. But we will get some action from Verrett here at Michigan. This was one of these bowl games where I hopped in, and it was an 11-point game, and eventually, Michigan finds the end zone. It's 38-21. With games like this, I'll still stick them out, but I'm not going to show you straight-up beatdowns because they jump a screen on the next drive, take it back, touchdown Michigan. Now you're looking at 45-20, and it's like, okay, Michigan running away with this one, I guess. And they did the same thing! The same player! How? I don't think I've ever seen that! Back-to-back pick six by the same player on the same play in the same situation. You didn't learn your lesson, I guess. 52-20. Verrett ups his interception by one every single year. He ends up going down as maybe not a superstar type of player, but a really nice starting corner for 3 years at a big program. And now we go to a rematch here, actually. Ohio State, Notre Dame in the second round. And, well, they don't have Kegler, and the receiving core maybe isn't the same, but they have a really good right tackle. So I don't think I need to point out the tackles, you know, you could tell. So like that, the pointing out is more for like the defense when we have like actual games to hop into and you need to actually pay attention, not like the blowouts with Michigan. But yeah, Ballman you can see out there, right tackle, star underneath him. He's doing his thing, I suppose. You can grade tackle gameplay in this game however you so please, but you know, we're just trying to see if his team can come out here and succeed. 3rd down and 7. They're down by 7 and would be unfortunate to lose to Notre Dame again in the playoffs. 4th and inches. They'll go for it. Quick throw. Got a completion for the 1st down. And I guess just for the sake of Ohio State, don't lose to Notre Dame again. And Ballman, he got put on the ground. I'll definitely reference that when that pops up. My goodness, Ballman. That's not what you want to show on the NFL tapes. What the heck? You cannot get absolutely obliterated like that. As Ohio State, though, still moving the ball. 2nd down and 5. They go handoff. And down to 3rd and 2 at the 13-yard line. And they go quick outside. Had to turn around for that grab and lose a little bit of momentum, but he does get the 1st down. That's how much free space he had. 1st and goal at the 5. They go handoff. That's a touchdown. And tying the game up. On a long drive, and now Notre Dame, 17-17 with under 4 to go. And their chance to see if they can maybe make this the last drive of the game and go and get a game-winning touchdown. Underneath they go. Completion for 5. Under 3 now. 2nd down. Handoff again. And he's down for 1. 3rd and 4. Quick bubble. And the blocking from the receiver was just too good. And he's got the 1st. And now here's where you're getting worried. 2-minute warning. 42-yard line of Ohio State. He'll scramble. It's not the same quarterback as last year, but it's the same concept. And direct snap. Yup, same concept. You know what's coming. Just stop it. And I don't know if they can. 3rd and 7 as he'll throw. And it's going to be a catch out of the backfield. And they'll be able to run out the rest of the time. Kick a field goal at the buzzer. And Ohio State has now lost to Notre Dame again. Here's the lineman's stats. He allowed 2 sacks. I mean, there's not a whole lot of in-depth stats for linemen, unfortunately. There should be more, but Ballman goes in the 1st round after a redshirt sophomore season. Jalen Verrett goes in the 2nd round. That seems fair. And then you go to Aldrich, who commits to Ohio State. So is Ohio State going to have another one of these videos where they're just getting all these players? Lovelace is not starting still at Notre Dame, +5 overall. But, you know, nice jump, but doesn't matter. Herring actually goes up +7. Won't start, though. And then for Keegan Aldrich, elite dev. Not a high overall, but elite dev and a nice skill set. And then we have another right tackle here, and this one is a gem with 96 strength. My goodness, man. But we didn't have any significant action here. Aldrich gets 2 tackles in his time, and he immediately transfers to TCU. So I guess he didn't want to play at Ohio State past that 1 year. The tackle goes to Nebraska, and then Lovelace was a case of a player who transferred, didn't commit anywhere, then I had to go find him. He ends up at LSU, so that's why I didn't show him transferring. He just didn't pop up anywhere until I had to search for him. But Aldrich is now at TCU, still not starting after a +6. And then Jalen Decker here is, 96 strength, elite dev. He's buried on the depth chart. But we finally have our first quarterback of the video. Brendan Lester, backfield creator, 94 throw power. A fine quarterback. We've gone through the quarterbacks by this point. We have a whole video dedicated to that, so we know what that's like. But, not bad. We got some bowl action here. Lovelace, after transferring to LSU now, is finding himself number 17 in the country. So just outside the playoffs because they went 8-4. But hey, up 23-7 in the bowl game against USF, and LSU with the ball right now as they'll go to run for a first down on a conversion on 3rd down. So now at the 45-yard line, they're really close to breaking this game potentially wide open, so we won't hesitate to maybe back out of this one if it does become a 30-7 type of game, but with 7.5 to go, USF still right on the bubble here, down by 16. 4th and 1 hits, and LSU's gonna still go for it, and they do got it. First down, and down at the 16-yard line. They could have maybe just tried a field goal to go up by 3 scores. They don't need the touchdown necessarily, but I guess they are going to do everything they can to get it. 3rd and inches. They got the ball into the end zone, but a drop. 4th and inches. Well, they'll go for it again, and he doesn't get it. Sure, you did go down the field, take up a decent chunk of the 4th quarter, but my goodness, man, you could have kicked the field goal. That's not the end of the world to make it a 3-score game, but the defense doing its job, and a sack. That's Lovelace on the corner blitz. So Lovelace has a sack in this game. At least that's something. And 3rd down, he runs for 11, but it's still 4th and 11. And the throw, and the game on the line. He's going deep, knocked away. Guess who? Lovelace had a sack, and then the 4th down pass deflection. So, hey, only got like one real drive to look at him, but he did a phenomenal job on that drive. LSU touchdown, and that'll basically be your game. As on the next play, or 2 plays later, I should say, a interception, and LSU will win their bowl game. So Lovelace had a deflection and the sack. He ends up with 3 picks on the season as a whole, and that was the only action from that season. Aldrich transfers again, and he's going to end up going to Nebraska. Brendan Lester, he signs on to LSU, and so Lovelace is going to be the starting corner at LSU still, and then we have Lester being the backup quarterback at LSU. Casey Herring, him, and Aldrich are both going to be starters at their school. So we got 3 different secondary members all starting. And, well, here is our little issue here. So that great right tackle, you can see how many right tackles Nebraska had. They ended up actually cutting him. I looked. He didn't change positions. He didn't commit anywhere else. He ended up getting cut. So you get 1 because there was enough space for me to give you a do-over. That's not really fair that he signed on and immediately got cut. So we're basically going to strike him from the records and then, give you technically a 26th player to give you 25 actual players. But I don't think it's fair because he got cut after 1 year. If it happens again, though, there's not enough time in the Dynasty mode to make that happen. Remember, we only get to go 30 total seasons, and in order to guarantee we get everybody's career fully finished, you can't really go beyond, like, the 27th year when it comes to incoming freshmen. So, like I said, we'll give you a do-over on that one, but we'll hop into bowl action here as LSU once again goes 8-4, and the reason is actually because Lester played as a freshman quarterback. He's not playing in this game, but he did get to play as a freshman quarterback, and I have to imagine the reason the backup had to play is because this quarterback, and he scored a touchdown here, he's wearing number 5. You can't wear number 5 at LSU. What the heck are you doing, man? Especially not a quarterback. Maybe you were destined to have a cursed season, as it's 10-point game. Penn State has the ball past midfield in this snowy weather, and we'll see if Lovelace can have another big performance at a bowl game. When that one drive that we got to see, he was phenomenal. Now getting some more reps on the outside corner spot, as he's been more so at the bottom of the screen for this game, so keep an eye on the bottom corner, number 11. They'll throw, and it's the other defender there getting the interception, number 4, and that'll be LSU football. as they'll drop and throw now, up by 10 and looking to add on to it. Incomplete pass, make it 3rd down and 8. As they'll go short of the sticks, he'll have it caught, but only 3 yards. And Lovelace back out there on defense, bottom of the screen once again. He's just sitting there playing the flats, but they throw on over his head. Caught for a 1st down, right back towards midfield they go. And now quick inside, got it caught for a couple, and Lovelace was there on the tackle. He lined up on the other side this time, as in the flats they go with a 1st to the 35, and now maybe in position to make this a 1-score game. They set up the screen to the back. Lovelace there again, helps make the tackle, so he's at least getting around the ball carrier as they go to the flats, and, well, guess who's going to help finish off the tackle again? Lovelace was there. And not only that, he's going to do it again, man. How about raiding on the drag route? He breaks on it, tackle, 2 yards to Lovelace. Hey, not a whole lot of, like, coverage going on, but he's getting to the ball carrier every single time that they touch it, as a completion will go for 7, 3rd down and 1. The throw for Penn State. Outside, and got the 1st, but they're taking, a decent amount of time. Still down by 2 scores. 2-minute warning. About to hit. Pass in the end zone. It's caught. And a touchdown. Penn State now a 3-point game. Can the offense of LSU end it, though? 2nd down and 1 after a 9-yard pickup. They go handoff. That's a 1st down. And 2 timeouts down, so they'll have 1 more 1st to end it. There's 4 yards, 6 more to go. Go inside. There's another 4. 3rd down and 2. And the run. 1st down for the finish. And LSU will win it, where we'll show you, both the stats here, because Lester played a couple of games. You can see 17 touchdowns, 6 picks. He actually played 7 games. And then on the other end, Lovelace, 3 interceptions, 7 deflections. So a pretty similar season. Didn't really get into the backfield as much. And this is also a 1st time ever. Guys, what the heck is this? Nebraska was ranked and didn't have a bowl game. I just had to show you that. That is insane. They were ranked at 8 wins, and they didn't get a bowl game? Like, what? Have you guys ever seen that? That's the first time I've ever seen that. How does that slip through the cracks? Hey, man, I just show you what happens, man. I don't know. That's something that's got to be tinkered with, I guess. But we're on to the playoffs here. Michigan, Herring at cornerback, is a part of the number 1 ranked Michigan squad. And, well, a familiar demon for Ohio State in this video is Notre Dame. Let's see if Michigan fares better. It's 29-27 in Michigan. Down by 2, 3rd and 15. And the pressure in, gets the throw off. It's caught, but he's a couple of inches shy. And now Michigan will go back out there on defense. Deep ball caught! And right at the 16-yard line. And, well, now Notre Dame can maybe make it a 2-score game if they find the end zone. They go handoff, and he's not quite going to get their 4th and inches, and Notre Dame will take the field goal. That's an instance where it's like you could go for it, because that would be, tangibly worth it to make it the 2-score game. As they go to the flats now, Michigan making a man miss, and the tight end. Good moves. They go to the 38. Just need to find the end zone. They swing one out, and look at the receiver out there putting the defender on his back. And a 1st down. Nice job from the receiver as they'll run right through the middle for 6 more. 39-yard line. Handoff for another 1st. 30-yard line. And, I mean, they're taking their time here. 3rd down and 7. They need this conversion. Put it up top. And they got it all. Touchdown. Michigan goes for 30. And the lead. 2-point conversion. Not happening, so it's going to be a 1-point lead, but a lead nonetheless. As they'll go with a throw now underneath. Got the drag route. Got a 1st down. And Notre Dame, can we see if Herring or one of these other DBs can make a play? Or maybe number 1 there getting a tackle for a loss. 2-minute warning hits. They'll throw over the middle. Broken up. 3rd down and 12. And Michigan, the swing. The route outside. And they'll go for 4th and 8. Your chance to seal it, maybe. He'll get hit. It's incomplete. Now, the game isn't quite over just due to the fact that they have all their timeouts, but obviously making them burn their timeouts and maybe even getting a field goal on this drive would go a long way. There's 2 timeouts burned. 3rd and 10. Gets the 1st down. Game over. Michigan wins it by 1 and a 33-32 victory, but in the next game, where they go against Tennessee, Unfortunately, not the same results. 33-7 as Herring goes for 2 interceptions, 8 deflections on the season. Pretty solid year, and he ends up just committing to the NFL where he goes in the 4th round. Lovelace goes in the 2nd round. I thought he was a pretty solid player, especially for a bust to come out here and have that type of career. Mac Payne, hey, he's going to go to BYU. It's a quarterback, dual threat quarterback. So our second quarterback of the video, Keegan Aldrich, is going to be starting at Nebraska. Look at what this team did, though. LSU, I mean, my goodness, Lester was the 2nd quarterback last year. He goes up +6, and now he's the 5th quarterback. They just went and purged the transfer portal, making sure Lester can't play. That's messed up, man. I didn't think he was that bad. Especially with a +6, he could play him. I didn't think you need to go that hard for a quarterback, but hey. Well, we'll go to Nebraska here. Aldrich, hey, he may have, not made a bowl game despite being in the top 25, but in the playoffs now, number 5 seed, they're going to smack Clemson 27-6, and Aldrich goes and now takes on Illinois in the 2nd round, 27-20. And they're going to be seeing Aldrich line up all over the place. Keep an eye on number 13. He lines up in the nickel, lines up in the slot, even sometimes has some box reps. So they're going to be moving him all around. So that's where maybe the identifier is going to come up big. He was on the back end on that play, as now they'll get the stop and with a 7-point deficit be backed up at their own 3 and quickly go out for a 14-yard run to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Then an incomplete pass seemingly, but since it was backwards, it counts as a fumble, and they somehow allow a touchdown there. That is just a brutal turn of events, but I guess it's undone. Well, right back at you. I guess 75-yard touchdown. What just happened in the span of like 30 seconds there? I mean, I guess erase what just happened with the touchdown on defense because they immediately allowed it right back on the other end. So, hey, we're back to a 7-point game, and Illinois this time will have the football. 3rd down and 6, a chance for a 3 and out. They send the other guy out there on the blitz, and Aldrich makes the tackle out of bounds to stop him from getting to the 1st down marker. Now Nebraska takes over, one toss play out the back. He'll get to the 42 and a big run into Illinois territory. They'll go play action, pick up the blitz, get it out to the fullback, and he's got the 1st down to the 30-yard line. Quarterback played a clean game, 300 yards just about, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and a run for 8 more. He's over 100 yards on the ground. The offense is doing its thing as they go handoff once more inside the 10, down to the 7. And now looking for the tie. Quick out and makes a move to the 3. So close for Nebraska, and the tie. He's got it for the touchdown. 34-34. Aldrich, you can see there, lined up at the safety spot this time around, will go to make the tackle, but not before he gets 12 yards on the run. And now dig screen, not getting anything. They'll go back him up. 3rd down and 8, though, is the situation. Swing one outside, makes the tackle, and Nebraska has the ball back again. Not a lot of downfield passing from Illinois. They're not really throwing it past the sticks much. Nebraska, though, they can go 3 and out. Throw it deep on the run. It's in a jump ball, incomplete, double coverage. And now Illinois takes it back over. We're down to just a minute to play, roughly. We'll give him maybe this drive, or else we could be going to overtime. 3rd down and 5. 60 seconds on the dot now as they'll throw, but he's sacked. And that'll put him at 47 seconds to go. But the bad punt, I mean, you're getting good field position. Nebraska might be able to do this at the 44-yard line. 30 seconds to play and hit incomplete. 29 seconds. 3rd down and 10 as they'll throw outside. Oh no! Picked off! Illinois, you're not gonna actually win it off a pick 6. How do you let that happen? Late to the outside is a dangerous thing to do. And now, needing a Hail Mary, it's incomplete. 4 seconds to go. And he launched this ball like 75 yards. He'll load up, and, well, it's not going to go that far. He will actually get a penalty. I think pass interference on Hail Marys is stupid, but here's the thing, though. That ball came more than 15 yards shy of the end zone. 15 yards will help, but is it enough? As he'll go deep again, and short of the end zone. It's like right inside the 5, but broken up anyway. Nebraska loses on 2 defensive touchdowns, and Aldrich ends up with 1 pick, 4 deflections, an okay season. Nothing special, though. He goes in the 1st round, and Nebraska well, kind of disappoints us there. Mac Payne, the quarterback, ends up transferring from BYU to Oklahoma. Not only that, we're actually going to get a little bit of a rarity here, especially at the quarterback position. So Brennan Lester is going to take another jump. He's not going to start, but Mac Payne is starting as a redshirt freshman at Oklahoma. Very rare that we see that. As the next player goes to Notre Dame, star Dev, cool, but I'm interested at that prospect. How about also a 300-pound defensive tackle with 85 speed, 89 strength, 89 excel? That's pretty nice. And Oklahoma ends up finding their way into the playoffs, and not only that, hey, look who's up for a Heisman Trophy. Mac Payne. Okay. Well, suddenly we have now found ourselves a potential star quarterback leading his team to the playoffs, finding himself in Heisman nominations, and, well, I told you there's going to be a bit of a theme here. How about the Boise State wide receivers actually being the one to take it home? Because Boise State wide receivers in this game, I guess, are busted. So, Mac Payne, hey, you didn't win a Heisman, but first team All-NCAA as a freshman. He's up to an 89 overall. As, like, just in-season development. Okay, Mac Payne is doing some crazy stuff. This is not often. Even in the quarterback video, we didn't see stuff like that. Like, this might be special. And keep in mind, he was a bust, so. All right, we're in the playoffs here, 16-10. Payne has had 2 interceptions in this one, but can he take his 9-3 Oklahoma squad from the 10 seed all the way to the end? Taking on Arizona State. 16-10 your score, and Arizona State has the ball, but has a loss of 3, 3rd down and 5. And the throw for the Sticks is broken up. And they'll take the ball back. Oklahoma throws it right up the sidelines, and Mac Payne delivers to the 41. Now go play action. Quick to the tight end, and he makes a man miss. I get more so like just a bad pursuit angle. I don't know if he really did much there, but regardless, the first down, as then they'll throw outside, and Payne has another 19, and they'll be down at the 11, looking for the lead, and the run will go for 5. Not a whole lot on the ground. 12 for 21 yards as the completion short to the tight end. It's a touchdown. Mac Payne gives them the lead with 5.5 to go. I mean, he's already a well-accomplished freshman, so anything on top of it, maybe leading your team to a playoff victory, will add to the resume. As Arizona State, will they go 3 and out again? And they will have it over his head. And, well, unfortunately for Arizona State, you are giving this ball back to this talented freshman who's got the ball for another 7 yards. I mean, a lot of short passes. Now he's going to keep it, and he can run. And he's got the first of the 44. 3:40 to go, play action. And short, in the face of pressure, gets it out for a couple of yards. Now they'll take 5. 3:17 to go. Arizona State eventually going to have to start burning their timeouts, especially now that they're close to the first down marker, 3rd and inches. You get this, you're putting them in a lot of trouble. Blitz in. He rolls left, throws it back middle, and a good ball for the first. That's just really impressive under pressure and a difficult arm angle to make that play. How about trying to get another first down to maybe end it? Payne keeper. He's down for a loss. 3rd and 13. Payne keeper again. And Payne slides. I don't know for sure if he would have got it, but it didn't look like a bad lane. Maybe just like a rookie mistake, we'll call it. Freshman mistake. Arizona State will just hold them to a field goal, 20-16. So now Arizona State looking for a win here to knock off the Heisman candidate freshman. With the 38-yard line being the spot, that throw into a tight window's caught right past midfield. Just about 60 seconds to go, knocked away. And now 2nd and 10. Dropping, throwing, and he got an unblocked defender and that ball into the dirt. 3rd and 10. 3-man rush, but the pressure got in anyway. It's 4th and 10. The Oklahoma pass rush doing its thing. And for the game, gets rid of it. It's knocked away. Game over. Mac Payne helps put his team to the next round. 300 yards, 80 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, also 2 picks, but still a really nice performance. And now Oklahoma gets to take on Nebraska, 24-17. And here is a very good punt to start off the fourth quarter. Back them up at the 1. Oklahoma's up by 7, but they now have a 99-yard field in front of them. And nope, they will allow a safety. You tried an outside run, risky, didn't pay off, and now you've got yourselves only up by 5, meaning a touchdown can give Nebraska the outright lead. And Nebraska, after the safety punt, finds themselves in Oklahoma territory with just one play. Incomplete on first down, incomplete on second down, now third down and 10 from the 47. He'll let it fly, it's brought in for a moment, but he couldn't hang on, and Oklahoma takes over. And it was yet another pretty solid punt. They'll get a first down and a second one. Mac Payne stringing it together now, maybe trying to win the field position battle here, because now they won't be backed up. They're all the way past midfield, and with 6 minutes to go, they'll go run, break a tackle. 5 yards, make it third down. They'll go handoff again, where he falls forward, doesn't quite get it. 4th and 1, they punt. That was a big maybe if you wanted to go for it. Like, I wouldn't have minded that one. Instead, Nebraska now will be set up 3rd down and 8. Maybe they'll go 3 and out. They send the safeties down on the blitz. They'll throw it outside. It'll be completed for the first. And now from the 27, Nebraska. Drop it and throw it. It's picked off. And picked by the Sooner defense. Inside Nebraska scoring territory, they'll run for a loss. It'll be 3rd down and 9 after 2 unsuccessful plays, and Mac Payne is under pressure, gets it out for the completion, breaks the tackle, touchdown, Oklahoma. And while the receiver made that happen, I will have to give Mac Payne already some credit, because this dude is pretty dang good under pressure. He's already made a couple of nice throws when the heat is on and in this pressure-filled situation. But obviously give the credit to receiver for making the man miss and getting all the way. As now Nebraska down by 12 with 2 minutes to go. Still all their timeouts for the time being, but how long will that last? How long will it take for them to find the end zone, if at all? Hurrying it back to the line, now they're at the 31-yard line. They are moving the ball well, but Nebraska holding on to their timeouts for now. 1.5 minutes to play from the 26. Pass over the middle, it's caught, and into the end zone, touchdown. That means Nebraska has all of their timeouts still, so it is possible. Onside kick is picked up by Oklahoma, but 1 first down is all they need to put this one to bed. And Payne, hands on the draw, gets a move, and he's got close to a first, inches to go, and he doesn't get it. 4th down, though, they'll go, and Payne caught him! Touchdown again! Mac Payne and number 4. This combo is dangerous, it's deadly, and it seals it. You didn't need to go for that. That is unbelievable faith, and that's an unbelievable efficiency. 88%. He threw 3 touchdowns. He threw 3 incompletions. And how about the momentum keeps on rolling? Semifinals, they blow out Florida State, and Mac Payne has another game, 81%. He's thrown 80% completion percentage in all 3 playoff games. And now taking on number 1 Tennessee. This was a 9-win team led by a freshman quarterback. They're in the national championship, and they're winning 24-21. If Mac Payne wins this game, I mean, we're talking GOAT-level freshman season here. And the pressure in, and it's a sack. Tennessee now has to go for the tie. Kick on its way. It's wide right. No good. And the game is still in Oklahoma's hands. Payne, completion for the first down. Payne. He's got 2 touchdowns, no picks so far today, and the yardage is climbing now to the 200 mark in Tennessee territory. And Payne checks it to the tight end. That'll be for another 6. Imagine Payne can pull this off, though, for a 2-score lead. He's got his running backs shooting through the gap for another first down. Inside the red zone, they move. Quick throw. Got his man inside the 10. Down to the 5, and at the 1, he goes down. For the 2-score lead, Payne leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. 31-21, Tennessee has 6 minutes, or else we're going to get ourselves one heck of a run from Oklahoma from 10 seed the champion. Or will it be a blown lead, perhaps? Tennessee, they're the number 1 team for a reason. We're not counting them out yet, but the Oklahoma defense coming through with a sack. 2nd and 16. and they'll go pick up the sack yardage almost completely back. 3rd down and 11. He'll move right. He's got to get rid of it. Passes out of bounds, and they got to go. 4th down and 11 for the game, baby. It's caught. Broken tackle. And somehow, even though it was good coverage, the throw and the catch was better. And with 4 minutes to play, they're still moving. And maybe field goal is what they'll end up settling for first, but they're going to try their best to get that touchdown. There's 18 yards. 12 yards out from the end zone, and the throw outside is caught. Make it another 7. 2nd and 3. Blitz in. Everybody send. End zone. Incomplete. 3rd down. And for the stop, he's down. And I think, no, they're not. They're going to go for it. They're going to go. End zone. Touchdown. That could have been your game. They did not settle for the field goal. And now Mac Payne. And the offense needs to do something, but already digging themselves a hole after a loss. 3rd down and 12. Payne sacked. Tennessee with an insane risk to not kick the field goal to potentially put that national championship in the hands of Oklahoma, but it's all worked out for them so far. Now with a minute and a half to go, it's going to be 4th down and 7. It could be all for nothing here at the 40. He'll throw for the marker. Got it. And he'll be at about midfield. 70 seconds to play. And a sack now. Can the Oklahoma defense finally just close it off? 2nd and 16. Got a completion. Got a man in the middle. And it'll be 3rd and 5. Still too long for field goal range. 40 seconds to go. He'll throw on the run. He's close to the marker. It's 4th and inches. Come on. Finally get off the field. And no, he can't. And they'll get into field goal range. 20 seconds to go. He's sacked. And with that, they'll kick a 52-yarder. And the game is headed to overtime. And now you're thinking back to that missed field goal Tennessee had earlier in the 4th quarter. That could have been for the win. Somehow, though, Tennessee has pulled off the 10-point comeback. Now in overtime, Oklahoma has it first. Payne keeps it for 2. 2nd down and 8. Payne, who's been cool and great under pressure, now is in a 3rd down and 8 situation. And the pressure is on, and he is sacked. 4th and 20. Kick on its way. It's good, but Tennessee can win with a touchdown now. They'll go run through the middle for about 9. 2nd and 1 from the 16. Tackle for loss, though. It'll be 3rd and 4. Maybe they can force a field goal of their own. He'll throw in for a screen. He's not ready for it. We'll go to a double overtime if they make it. Kick is good. We're headed to double overtime. It's Tennessee ball first this time, as they'll step up. And he'll step into a sack. The D-line for Oklahoma's been good. As they'll send the blitz in, they'll get a completion out. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Can you hold to another field goal? Blitz in. It's incomplete. There it is, a field goal try. 3 overtime drives, 3 field goals. Oklahoma, Mac Payne, here's your chance to win it or send it to a 3rd overtime. Payne down the middle, broken up. He couldn't hang on. 2nd and 10. Payne, 3-man rush, he'll step up and run. Payne's got room, he'll slide for 6. 3rd down and 4. Come on, Payne, short of the sticks. It's 4th and 1, and they will kick it. And they'll be content with a 2-point shootout. That's one where it's like, man, you could go for it. Here we go, though. 2-point conversions. Payne on the keeper. Stopped. Tennessee now for the win. Hand off. He is in. Triple overtime in the national title game. And Payne couldn't get it done. And somehow that was his worst performance in the playoffs. Still good. Look at this. Dude, this is an insane season, even for, like, non-freshman standards. You're telling me this dude put up over, like, 50 touchdowns and over 5,000 all-purpose yards, completing over 70% of his passes, completing over 80% of his playoff passes, and he takes a +9, obviously. That's counting, obviously, the regular season progression that he had. He has to stay another year because he was a freshman, so he couldn't even declare. He would have been a #1 overall pick probably as a redshirt freshman, but we get another season for him, and I guess a little bit of redemption. How about a wide receiver up next? Physical route runner, 6'3" with 90 speed, good release, solid catching stats, and well, would you believe it if I told you that Mac Payne after the season's end is in the running for a Heisman. And would you believe it if I told you that not only is Mac Payne in the running for a Heisman trophy after a second straight great year, that, well, the other guy in the running for the Heisman is a Boise State wide receiver. And not only that, the Boise State wide receiver has once again stolen a Heisman from Mac Payne. Maybe not stolen is the right word, but, like, look at the season Payne had. I know playoff stats count onto it, but, like, dude, that's an insane season, and he was just as good this year, and he's not going to win a Heisman because Boise State wide receivers farm insane statistics. But, hey, we're not focused on that. They got a first-round bye this year, unlike last year. They're not a 9-win underdog team with a freshman quarterback. They have the best quarterback in the nation now in a first-round bye. So let's see what they got here. Before we can get to that, though, we have bowl action elsewhere. I mean, kind of a forgotten quarterback now is Lester, the other quarterback who's at LSU. Finally, after all these years, has found himself as, like, the out-and-out starter for his team, and he's a pretty great player at quarterback. He is, like, a 90 overall plus quarterback. He's really good. And LSU, I feel like, has been in so many bowl games and has had so many specifically 8-win seasons. For whatever reason, they just can't get over the hump. They can't get the 10 or 11 or any sort of playoff action. As Lester, that's a good ball and a touchdown, makes it a 20-point game. So Lester doing his thing in the bowl game, and Washington on the ropes here. 4th down and 10. He's sacked. And already in a 20-point game, how about add on to it? Lester, design rollout, throws it out, caught, and down at the 2-yard line, Lester hands. He's down 4th and inches. They'll go for it. Lester hands again. He doesn't get it. And Washington, I don't fault the call there. I mean, they're down 20 points, and they have to go down 99 yards now if they want to make it a 2-score game, so I don't blame them. And they're going to have to do it a lot to get out of the 3rd and 19 hole here, backed up at their own 4. Floated up top, though. He's got an open man. He's running past midfield. And how about a massive gain, over 50 yards on the play? But then the LSU defense swarms with a 4th sack of the game, as 3rd and 16 hits once more, and they'll float it deep again, and they got it again to the 7. Goal to go, 5 minutes to play, sacked again. This is just a familiar trend of plays here. They dig themselves a hole with a sack, then dig themselves out of it, because then they find the end zone. Touchdown, 41-28, as Lester pitches it on the speed option, 1st down. So, I mean, hey, I guess a comeback isn't impossible, but Lester trying to seal this one and get a bowl win on his resume. And Lester throwing, middle, it's incomplete. 4th down and 7. Washington takes over. Hey, they can make this a 1-score game. They still have all their time. Another sack, though. Like, dude, this is ridiculous. What is this Washington line? What is everything going on with this Washington pass blocking unit? 4th down and 19. Are they going to dig themselves out of another hole? Throw it deep. He's hit. He is not going to be able to reel that one in, though. So finally, it feels like they are going to squeeze the life out of them, as LSU will try a field goal. This will still actually keep it a 2-score game. 16 points. They go up 44-28. 2 minutes to play. Washington 2 timeouts. And they'll find themselves moving the football now, not taking nearly as much in the sack department here, as LSU probably backing off a little bit. I mean, at this point, you do just kind of have to recover an onside kick, or even just stop a 2-point conversion. Just stop 1 2-point conversion, and you're all good, as they'll throw into the red zone. Under a minute to play, and Washington for the end zone. He's close to it, down at the 3, 45 seconds to play, and there it is. Touchdown, Washington. Not going to get excited until a 2-point conversion is converted here. And it is not going to happen. So it'll still be a 2-score game. 10-point game, onside kick. LSU, okay, both teams had a try at that one, but LSU ends up with it. So they'll still get the win here. High-scoring game. And Lester ends up with 36 touchdowns, 4 picks. A really good season for him. Like, he was pretty good. He's going to be a quality quarterback. Now, let's go to a matchup of the Heisman candidates here because, hey, Oklahoma, Mac Payne, you've had a Boise State wide receiver take a Heisman from you 2 straight years. Can you get some sort of revenge in the sense of beating them in the playoffs? They are 13-1, you're 12-1. Second-round matchup here, up by 10, but Boise football. You got to lean on one of those Heisman-winning wide receivers, though, as they'll be across the midfield from the 48. Boise is sacked. and down for a loss of 9, 3rd and 19. They'll go short, and what a hit. He loses 3 more. They'll punt it away, and Mac Payne, who had an insane playoff run. The fact that he played 4 playoff games of Payne, look at him run for about 30 yards. But the fact that Mac Payne played 4 playoff games, high-level teams here, and he completed cumulatively in those 4 games over 80% of his passes is insane. That is a playoff riser right there, as Payne looking to continue, keep on rising at the 10-yard line. Looking for a 3-score lead. Payne on the keeper. Payne gets free for the touchdown. Remember, he ran for almost 20 touchdowns last year. And a spoiler alert for the stats, he's got a similar amount of rushing touchdowns this year. He ain't just a guy who could throw it, he could run it pretty dang well, considering he also had almost 1,000 rushing yards last year. So now Payne has got a 3-score lead, and they're running out this Heisman winning wide receiver off the field and proving that, hey, maybe Mac Payne deserved his trophy. As 4th down and 19 hits, and they'll throw outside, picked off! And Oklahoma takes it back. That will be your game. And Mac Payne, was it over 80% again? No, actually, but 3 touchdowns and no picks. So, I mean, the worst Mac Payne playoff game you're going to get, where he's completing only 65% and not turning the ball over. Now you're taking on number 1 Michigan, and Payne, look at him keep it again. Payne's got 24 points on the board, up by 3 with the ball. Go outside to the screen, and receiver can't make a man miss. Blocking wasn't all that great either. Payne's got 3 touchdowns on the day. Does have an interception, but he's out here completing another pass on 3rd down for a first, and over 200 yards passing he goes. Came across, got the catch, and got a yards to the 45-yard line. Payne, short drop, and got a man wide open. Just stood in the pocket and delivered. He can beat you in the pocket just standing there. Or he'll run, he'll scramble, he'll improvise, he'll keep it on a designed one. I mean, there's not anything I don't think Payne can't do. 3rd down and 3, though. Receiver could not get the first, and they'll have to settle for a field goal. Kick is good. Makes it still, though, just a 6-point game, so a little scary here. But you need the defense to come up big with just keeping him out of the end zone. You can allow a field goal, that's all right. As they'll break a tackle here, and they'll get some of the lost yards back. They'll actually get all of it back. 3rd down and 10. But will it be a 3 and out? Yes, it will. And they will punt, so the defense, phenomenal stuff. And then off the RPO, Mac Payne just quick, decisive, knows where he wants to go with the ball. And then the handoff to the back will get him to Michigan territory. And eyeing a 2-score lead, Payne moves, and he'll get sacked. And Payne with a mistake, not one that he makes often. 2nd and 17. He'll go short, and he'll get the sack yardage back. 3rd down and 9. Not quite in field goal range yet. He gets hit. They call it a fumble, but the lineman picks it up. You lose a whole lot. That's 20 yards. I mean, I've seen that type of play happen multiple times where it's called an incompletion. So, I was right on the line there. As Michigan will take over, and they got 1 try at it here. They burned a timeout already. It's 3rd down and 5. Don't tell me they're going to go 3 and out again, and they'll go maybe 4 and out because you got to go for it here. And the Michigan offense is finally going to move the ball for a 1st down. They haven't been able to do much in this quarter, but now with the 1st down, maybe that's the spark you needed or not. Picked off. Michigan might have just sent Mac Payne to the championship with a 1st down run. He's got it. How about more than that? Go all the way. Touchdown, 39 yards for the dagger. Mac Payne back to the national championship. A chance at a little bit of redemption here. Another solid game, almost 80% completion percentage. And, hey, what will it be this time? Notre Dame. Okay, well, it's not Tennessee. Notre Dame's just been a thorn in some of these team sides, though. And right now, Oklahoma, though, up 23-17. The games have been pretty similar where, we enter the 4th quarter, they got 23, 24 points, and the Oklahoma defense gets the hold with a lead, and Oklahoma's offense has been efficient and effective. 3rd and 21, yeah, you'll give them that short stuff all day. Take over the football, and let's see if Mac Payne can get the job done, I guess finish his story in a sense in the world of college football, maybe not with the individual award, but with the ultimate team award of that national championship. 3rd down and 1. Payne, hands, he's not going to come close. He loses 3, and now Notre Dame takes over. At their own 20-yard line, they'll go 3rd down and 5, a chance to get a 3 and out, and they will. So both defenses coming out strong in this 4th quarter. Payne, 5.5 to go. Man in motion, jet pass, and Payne, it's a tackle, but at the fumble too. He's not going to do it like that, man. Come on, Mac Payne does not deserve that. And all of a sudden, he's now in a deficit. He did nothing wrong. Come on. All right, Payne, overcome the adversity, please. Show us why you're a prodigy of sorts. As a freshman and a sophomore, still an underclassman, Payne, keeper. And he'll get 12. 4 minutes to play. Play action. And throw it outside. Open man. Finds him. Breaks a tackle. For the 41, you're right around field goal range now. It's long distance from here, but 3rd down and 9. Maybe you can get a couple more yards. Design rollout. Oh no, he's sacked. It's 4th and 17. And they gotta punt the ball, and now it's raining. The punt is a good one, an elite punt at the 1. Could we get a safety? No game-winning national championship safety. That would have been amazing. 2.5 to go. Tackle for loss, 3rd and 7. Maybe it's not out of the playbook yet. And they'll run, but they get the first. And one more will do it. Mac Payne, you don't deserve this. Come on, defense. Give him a chance. Give him one. One chance. It'll go 3rd down and 13. Here's the one chance. 2-minute warning. Oklahoma out of timeouts. Screen set up. Just bring him down. And they do. He fought a little bit, but now they'll get one try. Gotta go. Not too far. A couple of first downs. As that 1 minute to play, he gets 5 yards. And now from the 42. Maybe just needs 20 yards, and that's a great throw under pressure at the 41. 50 seconds to go, but the line lets him down. It's a sack, 3rd and 17. He's out of field goal range. He lets it fly, though. What a ball! Oh, no! He dropped it! Come on! Stop this! 4th and 17, and now the game's on the line. Payne keeps on coming back. Touchdown, Mac Payne! He was not going to let this team let him down. My goodness, man, a fumble and then the drop. They got the score, though. They got the 2-point conversion, and Mac Payne just needs to watch his team hold up for 20 seconds, and they'll be national champions. I can't believe that 3rd down drop. I can't believe he put that ball in the money and he dropped it. And I can't believe that he came back and did it again. 9 seconds, they're well within Hail Mary range now. 7 seconds, they go screen. I mean, it's not even really much of a Hail Mary at this point. We'll be at the 24. Last play of the game for the tie. Notre Dame puts it up. It's incomplete. And Mac Payne gets his national championship. Well deserved. 350, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and he went through his team actively like sabotaging him, it felt like, and he had even a little bit better of a season passing the football. Obvious 1st round pick. Obviously, it's going to be hard to beat that. Like, seriously, beat that. Somebody in this video, do better than what Mac Payne just did, because that dude is insane. Alright, well, we got to move on, and now defensive tackle transfers to Miami, and then we have Alabama wide receiver. All right, at least it's not Ohio State wide receiver. No offense to Ohio State, but I'd like to see the receiver talent disperse elsewhere. Got a new starting D tackle for Miami. Casatati, I believe is how we're going to pronounce that. Again, if I ever pronounce a name wrong, you are free to correct me. And we have Kai Coker. This looks to be a tight end, actually. A tight end being the #1 player is interesting. I mean, since he is an athlete, I guess there is a chance he plays elsewhere, but from my experiences, 25, 26, now 27, I don't really feel like the game ever puts athletes outside of their projected position. Maybe that's different this year. If anybody actually has the info on that this year, if it's different, you can let me know, but I don't think it actually is. So, LSU, we're back here at a bowl game, but this time we're on the other side. We're watching Miami. I do just find it kind of wild. Like, bowl games, we've had not a crazy amount of bowl games. I feel like every other bowl game is just LSU, whether we're cheering for them or against them, whether it's Lester and Lovelace on them, and now we're facing up against them, and guess who got in there for that pressure and that hit? It was Casatati, the D tackle for Miami, and we'll see if LSU, though, can keep on moving the football after taking that sack and then getting the first down, finding themselves now in the red zone. 3rd down and 2. They're up by 3 and looking to keep on adding to it as they're now going to get the first out the 16-yard line. Stepping up after a 4-man rush. That ball's picked off and taken away by Miami. And on the return, he weaves through, and he actually gets a little bit extra on that return to the 34. Give the Miami offense the keys here and see if they can tie or take the lead in this game. Big run to start off their drive, give them 15 yards. It'll be right around midfield, 6.5 to go. Throwing, and good job on the running back to pick up the extra man, but the pressure got in from the other side anyway. Just, I guess no one got open, good coverage downfield. That's going to derail the drive, 3rd and 22. He'll check down, will put them for only 3, punt it away, and here we'll see our D-tackle get double-teamed and put to the ground. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, with some of these players, like, he actually got in pressure there, jumped up, didn't make the swap, but, you know, with some of these, I want to try to see if I can, you know, get a little bit of attention on the player specifically, especially in a bowl game where, again, stakes are a little bit lower. He's getting double-teamed here on this play, so he does seem to be a little bit of a focal point here from the interior line. If they're double-teaming one of the interior guys, it is him. So, like, that is a form of, you know, attention being drawn where even if he's not getting sacks, getting tackles for losses, taking up 2 blockers is its own sense of value there as they'll go with a run. 1st down and goal now from the 7. Moving ahead, and a touchdown now. LSU takes a 2-score lead. And Miami with the 2-minute warning, all their timeouts, but 3rd down and 7 hits, and they are getting an incomplete pass. 4th down, give them this play. If it doesn't go their way, then I think it's game over, and it will be intercepted, taking it back the other way, and a touchdown, pick 6, LSU. That'll be game, and LSU with the win as 4 sacks, 5 tackle for loss, even a deflection got in there. Good job on the season as a whole, but he's immediately going to transfer from Miami to Nebraska, so I guess he didn't like it there. Kai Coker, the tight end, is going to go to BYU. Well, last time BYU got one of these players, he ended up transferring and becoming a demon here. This edge rusher for Notre Dame has been terrible. He still can't even start. He's been here for years. The only starter looks like we're going to have, once again, is the same D-tackle this time, just at a different school. Coker is impact dev, decent overall, and Kavon Khan, safety coverage specialist, 6'90" speed, okay player. And for Nebraska, they are not going to be in the playoffs. So the issue here with our D-tackle is the fact that he was injured in Miami, only played 9 games. This year at Nebraska, again, only played 9 games, had 4 sacks again, but he's been injured both seasons and has missed 4 games both seasons. So once again, look at this Notre Dame dude. Like, he's not starting. He's going to go his whole career not starting. That's insane. Casatati is going to be hopefully healthy. I have to imagine. I mean, he's been pretty decent when he has played in the 9 games per season that he does, and I would hope with a full, you know, picture of health, he could be even better. Kai Coker is going to start already for BYU, and then Kavon Khan goes to Tennessee, impact dev, and up next we go linebacker. So I think our first linebacker looks pretty decent. Some of the archetypes with the lurkers, you know, they have some really nice speed there. And look who wins. Best defensive lineman. Casatati is NCAA All-American. Best D lineman. Finally got to be healthy. And then we'll go into another bowl game as well here. BYU, they got Kai Coker out there at tight end. And not only that, it's not like he's on a team and an offense that doesn't use their tight ends and he only has like 10, 20 catches on the season. He's actually got a decent amount of production for a tight end. So, you know, it's a good spot for him to be in. He wasn't like a top tier contender for like the best tight end award, but he was on the top 10 list. So like he's had a pretty good season. And Oregon 14-7, they're down, but a nice ball outside there will get them into BYU territory. Run will push them for a loss of 1. 3rd down and 11. Roll out. Check it short. Got a block, but needed 2. Didn't get the first. 4th and 1. They will go for it. And on the option keeper, they weren't fooled. BYU takes over. We'll see if Coker can get maybe just a catch here as they'll throw outside. There he is, Coker. 1st down. There we go, getting to see the tight end make a play. Now design keeper for the quarterback, gets free, turns the corner, and it gets around the safety. Touchdown from 50 yards, and a 2-score lead for BYU. And now Oregon, not able to do much on offense in this game, despite being 2 games better in the record department. BYU just barely sneaking into this bowl game. They're getting shown out here as Oregon is going to have 3rd down and 2, 4 minutes to play. as they'll throw over the middle. That's almost caught. Broken up, 4th and 2. Could be your game here. He does get the first. Spins off a tackler and gets to the 29-yard line. 3.5 to go now. Needing to find the end zone. And he'll get sacked. Loss of 10. As they'll send a blitz now. Put one up top. He's got a body of room. And it's a touchdown. Nice throw. Beat him up over the top. And now a 7-point game. And BYU going to try to put this one to bed. They need some first downs to do it, though. 2nd and 11, throw outside. Well, that's not going to get them all that much closer. 3rd down and 8. He'll go flats again, and nowhere near. They didn't take up a lot of time, and they didn't get a single first down on that drive either. Oregon used 2 of their timeouts, not even all 3. And now they'll go and drive through into BYU territory, and they're moving the ball, making a move on the defender on the outside, breaking a tackle, finding his way all the way. Oregon ties it. That was sudden. That was a really good play, too. Turned that short pass into a touchdown just by making moves and breaking tackles. And now BYU with a 2-minute drill to see if they can win this bowl game, make a cut, and get a first down. So already 2 first downs here on this drive to the 37-yard line. Quick throw outside. Got a man. And another 9 yards. That's Coker for 9. He's got 5 catches on the game. First down, will they give it to him here? It's close. They do, and it'll be at the 47. They're so close to field goal range. You get another, first down. You're looking at thinking about it because it'd be from just shy of 60. There's the first. There's a little bit more, and it'll be 57 from here. 40 seconds to play. They get a run to the outside. A lot of space, and give him all he needs. A field goal at the buzzer is good. And BYU wins. Not only that, Kai Coker actually played a decent, part in that. He had, I think, 3 catches in the 4th quarter, including 1 on that last drive. They didn't give me like a post, game thing, so, we're just going to get that. 700 yards and 2 touchdowns, though, for Coker. But 700 yards for a tight end, really nice stuff. Now let's get into the playoff action. The best defensive lineman in the country, according to the award voters. And he is going to be not wearing number 3. He's wearing number 4 for Nebraska this time around, as he'll get in there. He ripped through that guard and forced the rollout and, got it down to 3rd down and 3 as they send the pressure. Now, quick pass. It's caught at the goal line. The reason I'm still kind of keeping this one in here is it's 17-0, but Miami's at the 1 now and got the score. Despite the 4th quarter starting off as a 17-point game, I at least am going to give Miami the benefit of the doubt. They did score a touchdown on their drive, and Nebraska now 2nd down and 10. Hit as he's throwing. And incomplete. 3rd down and 10. They can go immediately and get a 3 and out as well. Pump fake. Step up. Step into a sack. And Nebraska's got to go take over on defense. And let's see what our guy Kasataki can do. And he'll get the ball out quick. He'll get 8 yards, but he's lined up, started there over the center and just plants the back. That's a play we want to see from one of our guys. And look at him bulldozing through. My goodness, man, he was just a beast on that play. 4th down, that they were going to get it on the run. But, hey, that's the type of plays we want to see from these impact D linemen. Just rip through a guard, rip through a center, bulldoze them, just put the running back into the dirt. And now with 3:30 to go, though, Miami is in scoring range. They can make this a one-score game with the field goal. 3rd down and 6. Here's going to be the chance for that field goal. If Nebraska can get the stop, they will. Almost got to pick off the tip. But Miami will score and make it a 7-point game. So Nebraska, you don't want to blow a 17-0 game. That's a fumble. Oh my goodness, they almost just did it right there. It was a fumble that they luckily recovered. 2nd and 15, the running back's going to salvage a 3rd down and 7. It's a makeable 3rd down given how this drive started. And he'll go short. He's got to make some moves though, and he's not going to do that. Wow. Okay. Defense, step up please. Kasataki got in. And he at least forced a quicker throw into the flats. Now a blitz off the edge. Got in again. And oh my goodness, the big man got an interception. Not the D tackle we're looking at, but a big man just caught a pick to seal the game. Number 96, a D lineman. And Kasatati had 3 tackles for loss and 1.5 sacks in that game. He made a big impact. So, all right, best D lineman, and he showed up and showed out in the playoffs. Let's keep it moving. Number 1, Nebraska, up 28-24 on Notre Dame now. Is Notre Dame another frequent opponent that we run into, and you're going to be running into with those QB runs. They do get the stop, though, on 3rd down, as Nebraska taking over and getting 8 yards to start their drive. 8 minutes to go now on the clock as they'll run through the middle for the first down. and one step away from a national championship appearance. And it's been a while. We've had some national title success early on when it came to those two players to start the video, and then we obviously had Mac Payne. But other than that, I mean, considering the first two players in the video made national championship appearances, and then it wasn't until Mac Payne that we had anything, and then other than that, it's been nobody. Like, let's get the defenders going. Let's let one of these defensive tackles get in there. I mean, the one for USC earlier on already made it, but let's see if we can get a second one. Prove that these D tackles are big-time impact players. But for Notre Dame, they're ripping apart the secondary. Breaks another tackle and just went 85 yards. And no one could bring them down. Notre Dame takes the lead, and that was very sudden. And now there's just over 4 minutes to go where Nebraska needs a drive to score, and they go 3 and out. Okay, please, defense, you need to do something here. Quick throw outside, incomplete, and now we'll 3rd down and 9 pretty soon after. Will it be a 3 and out for Notre Dame? No, it won't! Come on! He's not gonna be caught! Touchdown, Notre Dame! All the way he goes, and just like that, 2 big pass plays has suddenly turned this from a 4-point deficit to a 10-point lead, and Nebraska doesn't know what hit them. I mean, the D-line was doing fine. It wasn't really them. Maybe you could have gotten the pressure a little bit quicker, but I mean, the secondary's got to do their job in cover. Or if at the very least on that first touchdown, somebody's got to make a tackle. And now instead, with a 10-point game, it'll get sacked as 3rd and 21. You have to assume they'll take a field goal here. They should, because they're nowhere near the first down marker. 4th and 14. I don't know why they're going for it. 4th and 14. And it's incomplete. That's basically it. You should have just taken the field goal there. I mean, if it was 4th and close, maybe, but it wasn't. You needed to score a field goal. You had all your timeouts. You allow a first down. And yeah, that'll do it. Kasataki, though, did have a sack. And look at the season. He had 15 and a half sacks for a defensive tackle, 2 forced fumbles. I mean, that was actually a really crazy season for a defensive tackle. Well worth a first-round draft pick. So he was actually really good. But we do got new starters here. How about Tremaine Gielan is going to be starting at Alabama. +6 overall. And Kai Coker still going to be starting at BYU. +2 for him. And then Kavon Khan stays at Tennessee, takes a +4, doesn't start. And Meslowski at LSU, impact dev. Up next, Kobe Arma, and my type of corner here. 95 speed, 6'1", 82-man cover. That's going to be the type of corner I'm going to love to see. And we'll go to the playoffs here where we see we do have some action to get into. Alabama. And look at, out of nowhere, Tremaine Gielan is NCAA All-American. Sick. All right. For BYU, their bowl game, a bit more of a dominant one, and Coker has a bit better of a season, doubles his touchdowns, ups his yards by a little bit, and we move on to Alabama here. So, wide receivers haven't been all that prevalent. We had the guy early on, the Ohio State guy, who was really nice, but other than that, it's not been much. And an interception here from Iowa, but hey, NCAA All-American for Gielan. And we're going to see if he can ride that first-round bye to a national championship appearance. But, well, to do that, you got to get past Iowa. It's been a low-scoring game, more defensive, probably what you expect. But Iowa, despite being the number 11 seed, they're out here winning 13-10 with the ball, taking a sack, 3rd down and 18. This is the drop to throw over the middle and just not able to hang on. Wouldn't have gotten the first down anyway, presumably. Alabama ball, guess who? Gielan on the catch. Number 4, keep an eye out for him. That's the receiver we got our eyes on. He had a 2-yard catch to start off the drive. And then a throw over the middle here, completed to the other receiver for the first down. From the 47, they go send the pressure. He's running backwards and he's losing 11. That's a little too far back for my liking to run away from the pressure. Just get rid of the ball next time, because even then you scramble for 9, but you didn't even come close to getting anywhere near that first down marker. As a throw outside's incomplete now. Went for Gielan, could not get it. And now Iowa takes over, where they're going to have them set up 3rd down and 6. So potential 3-and-out scenario here. Alabama's turn to send the heat. Alabama's turn to get the pressure and the sack. And Bama takes over. Now can the offense wake up a little bit? Throw it deep. On the run! And it's Gielan with the grab over a defender at the 21. What a catch. And now at the 21 where they will only end up, looks like, settling for a field goal. Unfortunately, they couldn't take advantage a little bit more and find the end zone, but instead they'll have to settle with a tie game here. Iowa not been able to do anything on offense. Third down today will be another 3 and out for them. No, they do get the first down, but I mean, their kick return did set them up very well. That only still gets them to the 25-yard line, as they'll go completion for 6 yards. Minute and a half to go. Set them up 3rd down and 2. And in the middle, hit hard by the linebacker. Not able to get the first down. Iowa's going to have to punt. And with a minute to play, Alabama will see if they take it to overtime here, or will they go and hit a big shot down the field. 3rd down and 12. This could be one of those, you know, situations where you just play it safe here. But they're going to throw into the dirt, incomplete. And Iowa takes over, and now, well, maybe Iowa has a chance in this. They lose yards, though. Loss of 6. I mean, both these offenses are looking disgusting! And on cue, he throws an awful interception! That is terrible! And Alabama now has just been handed the win on a chip shot field goal for the finish, and they have got it. That was It's a terrible throw, just terrible. We'll take 85 yards on 4 catches, including that incredible 42-yarder right over a defender. Head to the semifinals, and Alabama, hey, can we make a national championship here with an NCAA All-American wide receiver? It's 14-13, Bama down, but at midfield now is the spot where they have the ball, handing it off for the back end. He'll go for 8 yards on the play, 41-yard line speed option, pitch it out to the back, who's got the first down and a little bit more. Gets it to the 34, gain of 7. Now, jump ahead after a 3-yarder on first down. 2nd down, they go to the other star receiver that they have. They got 2 stars, and that'll get them a first. Now swing it out, and number 1 got it for another 2 yards on the play. 3rd and 8, and over the middle. They just did it again. They left that man over the middle, right at the first down marker, able to get it. It's a good Bama drive. Swing it to the tight end, short, he'll lose 2. But already 4 minutes down in the 4th quarter. Run through the middle for the quarterback on the keeper. Give him 9. 5 yards out. They go quick throw. Outside. Caught. Touchdown. Bama for the lead. 2-point conversion to the tight end is good. It's a 7-point lead, and they took almost half the 4th quarter. And then Louisville, not to, you know, be outdone here. They've lost a lot of time. They've been on the sidelines just sitting around, but now they're going to come out firing, coming out swinging already in Bama territory. As from the 43, they go handoff. They go and lose yards. Make it a loss of 1, 3rd down and 3. Man in motion. They go with the throw, step it up, and he'll scramble. Got the first down. Didn't spy him. Now they'll go play action. Quick throw and set them up. 3rd down and 5. Handoff again, and look at them both through the middle of the line. Just did a phenomenal job for Louisville, and they'll keep it on the ground. Why not? 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Now goal to go from the 7. Find it in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville. And now with 2 minutes to play, Bama was able to squeak one out with a game-winning field goal. Can they do it again? Well, maybe. Number 9 is the star receiver today, not Gullen. And they'll run to the edge, and he's got it all the way to field goal range, so Bama's maybe going to do it again. They just need to get another first down or 2, or just strike for the touchdown now. Number 9 did it again. This video ain't about you, but you're being a superstar right now. Louisville down by 7. It's 3rd and inches. Just over a minute to play. And he'll throw with time over the middle. Speared and incomplete. 4th and inches. You just need to get a little bit. You set up the screen. You got the first. And now hurrying it back up. You got 1 timeout to go from the 38. 45 seconds to go. Get it to midfield right on the dot. 40 seconds after a spike. Still holding on to that 1 timeout. Completion there. And that's 5 yards, but you lose a bit of time. 3rd and 5. Protection holds up nicely. You step up. You throw it on the run. And it's picked off. Forced it in traffic. 1-on-1. You trusted your guy to make a play. He couldn't do it. And Bama's going to the national title game. Only 24 yards, but hey, got the job done. And when we head to the national championship, we get to see something that we don't often get to see in the national championship game. What the heck happens here? first quarter, it's looking pretty normal, 14-7, but I wouldn't show you the Super Sim if it was for just no reason, standard stuff, because Alabama's going to start rolling, and rolling like they do, roll Tide all the way to the national championship. It's 38-7 at half. What in the world is happening to USC? They were the 12th seed, so an underdog, to the championship appearance, but I mean, Alabama squeaked past the first two opponents and then just does this 51-7 in the national championship. I'm sorry we didn't get a more entertaining national championship for you guys, but how about 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns for the NCAA All-American and a second-round selection to go along with it. Kai Coker goes pro here as an 85 overall tight ends. You don't need to be a high overall to get drafted. He goes second round as an 85. Kobe Arma commits to Texas, and Kavon Khan is a starting player now. Stayed at Tennessee. I like that he stuck around. Maslowski +2, not starting yet. And Kobe Arma, star development for him. And how about up next, another corner? It's been a heavy corner video. Terrell Sands, field archetype, and pretty well-rounded. So we go to the playoffs where we see the bracket not really giving us too much other than Khan, but the thing is Tennessee took on Ohio in the first round, and that's probably about how you expected it to go, 27-9. Let's see if Kavon Khan could do something here. In the playoffs, second round, 30-21, he's down. Kansas State up with the ball at the 29 as well, so not a great spot for Tennessee to be, but not impossible to win. Third down and 4. Throw outside is caught. Tackled for a loss, and they'll go for a field goal. So still a 2-score game, but it's going to be a full 12-point, which means you're going to need 2 touchdowns rather than a touchdown to field goal previously, as they'll throw outside. Wide open, man. Tennessee with the ball, and that's a nice way to start the drive. Already getting to the 48-yard line, play action. And Kansas State sends the heat of the Wildcats, get them down for a sack. That's a loss of 8. Second and 18. Pressured again. Sacked again. So third and 28. You want to do something here, maybe? Throw it outside. That's incomplete. Fourth down and 28. They're going for it. I know you're down, but, dude, fourth and 28. What are you doing, man? He's hit as he's throwing and almost picked. I mean, better than it was. An incompletion. They'll get the ball at the 31-yard line. I don't know if Khan could really do much about this unless he's got a pick 6 in his bag over here to help out. Big hit from the other player out there, and they'll get him down for another field goal try. So the kick is good. Still a 2-score game. 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion in the score, but the offense just took a whole bunch of negative yards on the last drive. Needs to score on this drive, and they'll be set up 4th and inches. It might not go their way. They might not get it here, and they will keep the drive going at least, so that's something, but it's been a rough one for this fourth quarter in Tennessee. And he's sacked again. Make it the 3rd sack, I believe, of the fourth quarter. 3rd and 14. Throw on the run. That's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Everything's going wrong for the Tennessee offense. And Kansas State takes it over. 4 minutes to play. And this one just about over, especially with a big run where they get him knocked down. Khan got the tackle, but 3rd down and 6 here. They'll get another completion, run the clock down. Tennessee out of timeouts. 3rd down, and one more for good measure. That will be game. Tennessee loses. Khan ends up with 4 interceptions, 7 deflections. A pretty nice season, all things considered. And we'll have another year. It looks like Terrell Sands commits to Michigan, and no other transfers or anything like that. Khan takes a +6, starting 90 overall. And then James Maslowski still not starting at LSU, +4 for him. Kobe Arma, +8. All right, Kobe Arma, he's starting. Terrell Sands, impact 73. Ew. And Owen Joel, oh my goodness, take a look at this dude. We might have found the best one. Edge rusher, 91 speed, 93 excel, 83 tackling. I mean, a balanced set of pass rush skills. Yeah, obviously a little weak, but hey, we'll take that. Kavon Khan, speaking of we'll take that, about an All-American for Khan. And then we'll go into the bowl game. Texas 6-6. Kobe Arma here for Texas. I mean, that's a disappointing season to be ending up here, a 6-6 in a bowl game against Memphis, but still, hey, we'll take it, getting to watch these players any way we can, and a touchdown for Texas in the end zone for a 23-16 lead. And let's see what Kobe Arma has to offer in the rest of this defense, where it'll be a completion for a big gain into Texas territory. Just keep an eye on Arma when we can. Number 24 playing the boundary corner spot. And they'll run again. Memphis for the first down. The 20-yard line they go. Move to 3rd down and 5. As he'll scramble. He'll get the first. Yes, he will. And looking for the tie now. Memphis is down for another 3rd and 6. Can they convert again? Throwing. Over the middle, it's knocked away. 4th down and needing to score here. They go outside. It is caught in front of the other cornerback, not Arma. 1st down and goal. They go play action. Fooled everybody because that's a wide open man and a touchdown for the tie. Texas takes over now in the throw for the 1st down. And we get maybe some sort of crazy drive here. Maybe they can run the whole clock out and score. They'll go flats. It's a fumble. That counts as a backwards pass picked up by the intended receiver. He'll lose 11 yards on the play. And with 4 minutes to go, that might have just crushed the whole drive. They'll get a nice completion there to get the lost yards back, but it's 3rd down and 9 now. And with a moment, but not 2 moments, he gets sacked, and there was everybody out there. As we'll see, a tackle made Kobe Arma. He's still just sitting up there as the boundary corner up top. And they'll go read option. 2nd and 5. Losing a yard. 3rd down and 6. Pass is going to be hit. And it's incomplete. And we turn things over to the Texas offense. Immediately starting them off with a 3rd down and 6. But they do convert with a little curl over the middle. Now, under 2 minutes to go. It's a 2-minute drill. Can someone come up with a score here? Do something! Not that! Memphis picked them off! And it's at the 20! Come on, Texas. You're not really messing this up this badly, are you? Oh, you just handed Memphis a chance at a game-winning field goal as long as they hold on to the ball here. If they get a 1st down, they can run the rest of this clock off. 3rd down and 9. Throw into the flats. It's jumped! Picked off! It's not Arma, it's the other quarterback! But he picks it off, and he's going to take it all the way. Pick 6. And both teams selling hard on offense. Texas defense, however, came up with the big return that got them all the way as that ball out of bounds. And Memphis has just over a minute to go to try to score a game-tying touchdown, and they are sacked. It is 4th and 18 at their own 7. In his own end zone, he throws, completed, runs past the 1st down marker, and they'll burn a timeout. 47 seconds to play. Step up and throw. And caught for a 1st down pass midfield. So Memphis has been able to move the ball. 2 big plays, make it a 3rd. There's another 16 yards. They're out of timeouts, though, but they're at the 32-yard line. And he'll move right. He'll scramble. No, he doesn't. He gets brought down. Loss of 1, and they just lost half their time. 10 seconds to play now. And he'll move. And you got to get rid of it. He can't get tackled in bounds. Got rid of it with 5 seconds to go. Quarterbacks do not do a good job in that situation. But a Hail Mary. Try for the win. Or actually, I guess the tie. Maybe they could have went for the 2-point conversion afterwards. But they didn't. They don't catch it. And that will be game. Arma ends up with 2 interceptions on the season. 3 tackles for loss. Half a sack. Couple deflections. And, you know, pretty okay. For a freshman, fine. And now Tennessee. Hey, how about a interception-happy defense here at Tennessee? Because not only did Khan lead the nation in interceptions, they had a couple of guys up there. Like, this team was forcing turnovers at a high rate. But, hey, guess who led the nation in picks? It was Kavon Khan, who had a whole bunch of picks and was in the running for any award that you can give a defensive back, as that'll be a completion, though. And the Ole Miss offense has not been able to do much here, as they have to just sit there and watch, hoping their defense can get a stop. 3rd down and 8 as Tennessee. Can they pad it to a 2-score game? I don't think so. It'd be a 60-yarder from here. They will not do it. So, well, it's going to be up to Ole Miss's offense, down by 6. And trying to see if they can get just their 2nd scoring drive of the game to take the lead here. I don't think they're going to want to settle for any field goals with how hard it's been to score points. 3rd down and 3. Completed at midfield. Got the 1st down, and they go back to the line at the 7-minute mark. As they'll go throw. Over the middle again, 1st down. And that'll be another 17 yards, and Ole Miss moving it well. Got a handoff. Makes a move. And another one. That'll be a 1st down. Nice job putting all the defenders on skates. Red zone opportunity. Completed. Tackled. No gain. Make it 3rd down and 10. They set up the screen to the back. And coming down and crashing on it is one of their many playmaking defenders. They'll settle for a field goal, so 5.5 minutes to go. You need your defense to come up with another stop as Tennessee is moving right, throwing, and oh, it's a bad decision, a bad throw. It's picked off. And just on the first play, you'd put your defense in an awful situation. They start their drive in the red zone. You've basically just given Ole Miss at least a tie if they can hold this and not turn the ball over back to them. 3rd down and 4. And the throw, he's going to step up. He's going to go outside of the back of the end zone. He played it safe and did not force anything. They'll just take their free 3 and tie the game up 13-13. 4.5 to play. Pass outside for Tennessee. They need to redeem themselves big time on offense because your defense has been doing a lot of heavy lifting here, and they've been keeping this one well within your reach despite the bad offense. 3rd down and 10. Throwing. Step up. And short of the sticks. He's not going to get it. It's 4th and 3, and they will punt. Now we'll see if somebody on Tennessee's team can take the game into their hands. 3rd down and 3. He doesn't get brought down. He actually got the first. That's brutal. Another 3rd down situation, though. How about the second one? Nope, that's not going to work either. 2 3rd down conversions from midfield. Pass in the flats. It's picked off. It's intercepted by Tennessee. And finally, somebody makes a play. And the defense once again bailing out. I said this was a pick-happy, turnover-happy play, making defense. Well, there it is. Making the play and maybe making the one that can win them this game. Just over a minute to go. And they're in field goal range now. And look at the running game. Helping them out. And Ole Miss burning timeouts. Run for a 3rd and 2. Another handoff. Got to just stay in bounds here. They do. They'll be able to run this down to about 25 seconds to play. Field goal is good. And how about for good measure with 21 seconds to play, Ole Miss needing desperation, needing something to go their way, a deep ball. And down there, it's Kavon Khan with the interception to seal it. So our safety got the pick at the end to seal the game. And they'll move on to the semifinals. And could we get another championship appearance? Well, they'll have to go through Nebraska to get there. So Nebraska up 21-9. And, well, once again, I mean, the defense has been trying, but, like, the offense of Tennessee is just not helping them out at all. I mean, 9 points, not even a single touchdown. It's embarrassing. 3rd down and 6, though. Can the defense come up with a big play again? And no, he'll scramble. He's got the 1st down. He's got more. He's got 21 on the play. And they'll be in Tennessee territory pretty comfortably. And this one could get out of hand if they score a touchdown here. You got to hold to a field goal at this point or, you know, obviously get the turnover. They'll go 4th down and 4. Well, here's the chance, actually. They went for it, but they got it. And they got 28 and all the way to the 5. And now Nebraska, that is one of the worst executed screens I have ever seen. They lost 7 yards on that play. They'll try it again. I mean, yeah, it can't be worse than the last one. You got 2, sure. 3rd down and goal, and they'll get hit. Pass is incomplete, so they will hold to a field goal, but I don't know if I have any faith in this Tennessee offense. It's been so bad. It's been so bad. He'll throw outside here on the bubble. I mean, he'll spin out a guy, get 5, but I mean, with 5.5 to go, you need 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. A run game will get you 1. 3rd down and 4. Quick throw. Tipped it incomplete. 4th and 4. And maybe your game here. He gets hit. It's incomplete. Way off target. Oh my goodness, man. I feel bad for this Tennessee defense. I mean, I know the final score is probably going to look bad. They might end up allowing 30 plus, but I don't even think it's the defense's fault. I mean, this is brutal. 4th and inches. They're actually going to go for it here. Nebraska caught. Touchdown. Oh my goodness, man. And just not much you can really do. Tennessee eventually does drive down the field, score a touchdown with under a minute and a half to go. But, hey, man, that's too little too late. It took you till like the final minute of the game to score a touchdown. It'll be 31-16. And Nebraska picks up the onside for the win. So really disappointing defense. But for Kavon Khan, how about 9 interceptions to lead the country? A really good season from him. And that'll help him go in the 1st round of the NFL draft. So we've had good players at a multitude of positions. Myslowski finally transfers. LSU wouldn't start him, so he goes to Miami. And Owen Jewell, the insanely fascinating edge rusher, goes to USC. Maslowski will start at Miami. Kobe Arma goes up +8 last year, +0 this year. Sure. Terrell Sands, +5, but he started at such a low overall, he's still not starting at Michigan. And Owen Jewell, is it any surprise that this dude is an elite development? I don't think so. He looks awesome. Daquan Talbot, how about another, edge rusher? Doesn't compare to the last one, but he's got some decent skill set, decent moves to him. Not all overly strong or like crazy fast, though. More technically sound than anything. But we'll go into the bowl game where Miami. Maslowski finally getting his opportunity to start. Well, here he is against Oregon State in a bowl game. Miami was 14th, just on the outside, looking in of the college football playoffs, and unfortunately not able to get in. But for Maslowski, he'll take the field here, right down the middle as a starting linebacker, and a sack comes in. Oregon State goes down. Miami down by 1, 3rd and 19. Pass is caught, turns upfield. He's got the first. When you look at these rosters on paper, and Oregon State way worse on the on-paper side of things, whereas Miami, typical 90 overall team. Oregon State low 70s, high 60s most of the time. So the fact that they're out here doing their thing against Miami, pretty impressive. But Miami, come on, there you go. There's a stop, 4th down. Can he get off the field entirely? And he'll step up and run. No, you cannot. And Miami is still going to be out there on defense. So it don't matter, Maslowski or whoever else, not really doing too much to help them get off the field here. As they'll roll, throw, and intercepted finally. Somebody makes a big play with 5 minutes to go and gets Miami the ball back. All they got to do is just find a field goal, and they'll be all right. As a scramble will get them nothing. They'll call it a 0-yard run instead of a sack. 3rd down and 9, and he'll throw right down the middle, wide open, and breaking the tackle for 20 yards. Under 4 to go. Blitz in. Got another wide open man. And another big play, once again, now into Oregon State territory because you've just not covered over the middle. 3rd down and 9. Can you get it off this time, or will it be another wide open man in the middle? Well, they'll run down the middle and not get the first. 4th and 2. They'll kick their field goal. And for the lead, Miami, it is good with 2.5 to play. Oregon State now takes over. They go quick, throw, tight end. That'll be 4 yard. 2-minute warning has hit. We jump to 3rd down and 7. The pressure is in. He rolls. He's going to try to scramble. He's faster than the D-line. He's got the first. And once again, converting in a big 3rd down situation. Oregon State's been, really good at just controlling the ball here. They just haven't been able to do much more beyond that. And now, swing one outside. That's an open man. You're in field goal range. Oregon State could pull this one off. This would be a pretty big upset, I feel like. Quick throw, 1st down. Just don't do anything silly here, and you got this. As they'll scramble, he'll get another couple, 5 yards to go on 3rd down. Miami out of timeouts and a touchdown. Strike in the end zone. Might have even been better to not score that touchdown time-wise. You've given Miami now 50 seconds, but still you're in control here. That pass, incomplete. 2 incompletions. It's 3rd down and 10. As a deep drop and completed short of the sticks. 4th down and 2. And for the game now, Oregon State, it is caught, but he broke a tackle, ran backwards, and he's not going to get the first. Forward momentum kind of hurt him there. That seemed a little unfair, but wow, okay, Oregon State wins. And then we jump ahead now to Kobe Arma, still starting #1 corner at Texas. He didn't take a big overall jump, but he took such a big jump in his first season that it didn't even matter because he jumped up to the #1 spot, held the #1 spot. Right now, his Texas Longhorn squad are inside the 5, down by 10, so they can make this a 1-score game pretty easily, and they will find the end zone for the touchdown. Now let's see what Arma has and if he can help out this pass defense. There are some times where I can't highlight the player because he's a cornerback now at the bottom of the screen, so you can see right there, the circle is barely on the screen, but it's hard to highlight him when he's like cut off the screen. So, if you don't see the marker there, then that was why. But, he's at the bottom now, whereas the last game that we watched with him, he was at the top of the screen. So, he's getting different responsibilities here. As the throw over the middle, caught for the 1st down, and Indiana right down the middle. They haven't really attacked Arma on the outside, as they'll go handoff, and it'll be tackled for no gain. 3rd down and 10. Dropping. Throwing, the fire over the middle. There's 2 defenders there to break that up. It will be a field goal try. So Indiana, for a 6-point lead, boots it through now. Can Texas take the lead here on this drive? 5.5 to go, plenty of time. Screen will get them 8. A couple of tackles along the way. 2nd and 2, quick hitter to the tight end, over the middle, got space to run, and a big gain of 28 yards on the play. Now at midfield, keeper on the option. I've seen somebody get bulldozed out there. Give him another 13. Texas doing a phenomenal job right now, keeping it moving. Got a man open underneath, and fighting for another 10 yards. We'll call it 2nd and inches. Quick hitter on the hitch route now. Everything going up all Texas. This has been a beautiful drive so far. They're in the red zone. And drag route. Turn up field. Get him 7 more. 3rd and 2 at the 12. Got his man, but the tackle is made. It was 2-on-1. Now it's 4th and 3. And he doesn't get it all that just to not even score. I don't love sometimes the over-reliance on those RPO screens. Sometimes it could be a little much. I think they need to tone those down a little bit, especially in that situation. It was a 2-on-1. There's no way the receiver is going to block both of those guys. Regardless of if he blocked the right guy or not, it's just like, you're not going to do much there. So Texas does end up getting the stop. They do burn a timeout along the way. 2-minute warning, a scramble for the first down. How about Texas getting another try at this, though, where they just fail? Picked off. And this drive went way worse than the last one, where they just choke it away. I mean, they had their chances, so no excuses really for them. Arma ends up with a really nice year, I feel like. 5 interceptions, 8 deflections, and forced fumble as well, 66 tackles. It's a really nice year. So go to the next year. Daquan Talbot ends up going to Ole Miss. Meslowski starting at Miami once again, a +4 overall jump for him. Kobe Arma +3, really good looking player. Now he's gonna be a 3-year starter at Texas. Terrell Sands +5, still isn't starting. Doesn't matter, man. Owen Jewell +3, but that's all he needs to take a leap into the starting lineup. So we're gonna get to see Owen Jewell play, and Talbot impact dev, and we'll see how he ends up developing. How about another edge rusher though? Speed rusher. Isaac Barnes. We're on a run of edge rushers right now. Not only a run of edge rushers, but one of which who is kind of in that generational tier of greatness, and he has his USC squad in the playoffs. But first, let's go to Kobe Arma, who's been a pretty consistently good player. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to have a lot of playoff success or anything. He finds himself just in a bowl game against Illinois, in for Texas, number 20 in the country. I mean, for as good as Arma has been, I just think it is a little disappointing that he hasn't had a lot of success, as Arma did make a tackle at the goal line there. Now backed him up in a 4th and goal where they get a sack, and Texas takes over. So it'd still be nice to just win the bowl game here, get 2 bowl wins on your resume, and 1 playoff appearance while being a 3-year starter at a quality school. And Texas for a 3rd down and 4, throwing. And he's got a man. It's a flag down, though. I think you might have hit him late. And I think you might get a roughing the passer if I had to guess. Yes, you will. Roughing the passer, Texas now at the 39-yard line. Handoff, mowing through the defense. Look at that guard, just running out there with them, and the running back takes it all the way. Touchdown, Texas. And they take a 2-score lead now, 24-13. Let's see Arma, what has he got here? He's at the top of the screen this time. The other cornerback got lost, number 28, but Arma, number 24 again. He's rotating now at the bottom of the screen, and they'll get a sack now on defense. Loss of 8, make it 3rd down and 18. They'll step up. It is, he's throwing, incomplete, 4th and 18. They send the blitz. They get in. They get an incompletion, and Texas on the verge of breaking this one wide open. The running game is just obliterating them. 14-yard line, handoff again, touchdown again. I mean, Illinois, this was a fringe playoff team. It couldn't even stop the run game to save your life. Arma actually does allow a catch there. I mean, it was a little bit off zone, but, slant route, got the tackle on him at least. And as we jump ahead, though, with just about 2 minutes to play, 35-yard line will give Illinois, let's see if they have a chance to make a comeback here as they do get the touchdown. I'm not really banking on it, but hey, you do score at least. 31-20, onside kick picked up by Texas, and that should probably do that, especially if you get the first down right here, which they do, and down he goes for the first, but a win as Arma backs up his season with yet another 5 interception season. Just really steady, really good player. As we go to Myslowski in the linebacker, he dominates Ole Miss 41-10 in the playoffs. We'll keep it with Miami in their second round matchup. They'll take on Virginia, number 2 Virginia. You don't see Virginia, typically like have great sims, at least so far in college football 27, but hey, good on them. 12-1, and Miami at the 10 spot. They're up 21-7. So Myslowski at there, the star in the middle of the defense, could find himself moving on to a second playoff victory as they go play action and the throw. Oh, it's a fumble! That ball floated backwards! It's picked up by Miami! And he's not the fastest. It's a D lineman. He's chased down by the much faster skill position players. And at the 30-yard line, but for Miami, they're right on the verge of pulling through and dominating this game as well. I mean, already up by 14. Make it a gain to the 4th and inches at the 10. I'm okay with that. Take your field goal, make it a 3-score game. Virginia, I mean, almost out of chances here. It'll be 4th down and 5. We'll give them this one, and that's about it. As they'll step up, throw, it's incomplete, and Miami's going to win this one pretty easily as well. So good on them. Myslowski, 12 tackles and a deflection. Pretty clean game from everybody involved. And now let's jump on over to USC. So here we get to see the, I don't know, would you consider him a generational? Would you consider that generational 80 overall elite dev? I don't know what like the threshold you consider generational is. Is it like above an 80? Does it have to be like 82, 83? I mean, because those are, I don't know how often we see 82 pluses in this game for freshmen, but, like, what do you consider generational? I think if you're an 80 elite with, like, an elite trait, elite stats, like 90-plus speed at edge rusher, you're pretty dang generational. So let's see what he's got here. He's number 91, and USC up 20-14 on Boise State. And Boise still racking up Heisman wide receivers. Again, you'll see that at the end of the video when I go through all the Heisman winners. It's just ridiculous what they're going on with here. But number 91 out there on the bottom of your screen, getting a lot of pass rush snaps. He's actually dropping back in coverage on this play. I mean, he's got the speed to do that, so that shouldn't be really too much of an issue. They get the stop there. USC takes over and completing the pass out of bounds. He goes for a first down. 5.5 to play, 32-yard line. Bubble out, got the completion, but does not get yards. He loses 3, 2nd and 13. Turn and throw, and stepped in front, picked off. Boise State taking it all the way. Pick 6 for the lead. And everything was going just fine for USC until that. Now down by 1 in a 2nd down and 10 situation popping up after an incompletion. They go with the screen out. They do not get anything from it. 3rd down and 10. You need some verticality in your passing game. Do something here. There you go up the middle. But he's not going to get the first. And with 4 minutes to play, they will punt it. Now you see number 90 at the top of your screen at edge rusher as they go through the middle for a first down. Now back to the bottom of the screen. I'm trying to keep you updated on where Joel's moving around. He's got Chip there as the throw over the middle is caught for the first, and USC, they're running out of time here as that's a big tackle for a loss, but 2nd and 15 out of timeout, and a first down would have ended it, but instead, it's a pick for USC! And USC got their one back on defense. It's not a pick 6, but it's pretty dang close because you set them up into the 10, down to the 7. Goal to go, 2-minute warning. He'll keep it. I think, yeah, he will. He's got a lead. Touchdown, Trojans. 26-21. And for the 2-point conversion, he's not going to get it, so they won't go up a full touchdown, but you're winning this game, and you just got to hold it. Boise take a deep shot. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 9 as they'll throw. And pressured in, he got hit out of bounds. It's 4th and 9. Just get off the field here, and you might be able to win this game. As he'll move left, throw it over the middle. He's got it caught. Broke a tackle, got an extra 10 plus on the play. 44-yard line, stepping up, scrambling now, and with a lot of room. And they're going to have to burn another timeout, but they got to the 40, another gain of 16, as they only got a 3-man rush, so there's double teams everywhere, and a lot of time to find another 26 yards. Boise in the red zone, completion to the 9. 45 seconds to play. Come on, defense, do something here. here, scrambling, first down, and down at the 3. Jewel got him, he was in coverage. As now from the 28-second mark, running, he stopped at the goal line, 1 yard shy, 15 seconds to go, come on, stop him here, overthrow, it's caught, touchdown. Boise with 11 seconds to play, and the 2-point try is good. Are you kidding me, man? USC on the Hail Mary. I mean, they're not getting 78 yards. It's over. And Jewel and this USC team goes down. He ends up with 4.5 sacks, 14 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. Not a crazy season, but not awful, especially since he wasn't like the star edge rusher, not like the star D lineman. He's still got some development to go. Now we move over to Miami. How, pretty surprising. Maslowski and this number 10 seed Miami find themselves in the semifinals now against Arizona State. The issue, though, Arizona State up by 12, so the defense, can't really allow much more than that, and the offense needs to go and find the end zone pretty dang soon. 3rd down and 1. The run is not going to get the first, and he's not going to get any yards either. They punted away. So even though it's 4th and 2, maybe a situation you could have went for it, they chose not to. They're going to trust their defense, and I got to imagine you can't allow anything more than a field goal, maybe. Maslowski had pretty decent coverage there. Allows the catch, though. Gets the first. Now getting through the middle for a gain of 2. 3rd down and 6. Coming out another 3rd, where they get the running back out there on the dump off. And he's tackled 4th down, but they did take away a couple of minutes. So 5 to go. Miami's still down by 2 touchdowns. And they're all the way backed up inside their own 20, so a long ways to go. 3rd down and 7. As they'll drop, throw, and hit a sack. He couldn't get it off. It's 4th and 17, and now you got to go for it. It's basically game here as they'll fire one. Open man, got it. And there you go. Keep it moving for a little bit longer, but, I mean, you need another couple of big plays. That'll help out. Past midfield, you go to the 44. 3 minutes to go. And with a 4-man rush, deep ball, it's caught, and he shrugs off a defender. Goal to go from the 8, and maybe these couple of big plays can do it, but he's sacked. And now with 2:30 to play, he'll throw, and avoid the sack he does, but, I mean, now it's 3rd and goal from the 18. 4-man rush. Time for a moment. He'll go short. He'll try to get it in 2 plays. Got half the yards on that one. 4th and goal. Here's your game. Floated for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Miami. We still got a game. 2:14 in all your timeouts. So you get 4 clock stoppages. First play for Arizona State's a 1st down. All right, well, there's your first clock stoppage. They'll throw on 1st down now. Hit the drag. Not going to get out of bounds, so you will have to burn another timeout. 2nd down and 6. They go with a stop. Loss of 1. 3rd down and 7. Here's your game. And he doesn't get the first down. 4th and 2. They punt it away. So you get 1 try at it. And the throw. Oh, come on. You immediately threw a pick. Way to get my hopes up, man. All right. Well, Arizona State wins. You got my hopes up for a second, and then you just stole it from me. But Maslowski, I mean, 132 tackles, a pick, a sack, 11 deflections, and a forced fumble. Not bad as a coverage linebacker. 5th round pick. It's a pretty good 5th round pick for whoever got him. Kobe Arma, 1st rounder. Thought he was really good, just, if only he was on a better team. Isaac Barnes goes to Oklahoma. And, well, this cornerback, Sands, ended up getting cut. He played barely any time, and he was actually going to be their 3rd corner potentially this year if he got like everything went well, but I don't know. It is what it is, man. He was like a 73 and he wasn't getting a whole lot better. It just happens sometimes. Some guys are just not gonna, live up to the expectations. But another linebacker, Eric Mesa, thumper, and I mean, that's a really good skill set. And hey, look at this. Owen Jewell has himself a heck of a year. Best defensive end. And now he's living up to the potential and that label that we have put on him. Look at this whole defense for USC. Like the whole D-line made it almost. And a linebacker made it. But Army was the unfortunate victims of USC's first playoff game. Yeah, that's an unfair matchup. USC dominates them after a 1st-round bye. So we're on to the semifinals very quickly here where we get to take on Kansas State. 23-15 is your score for the best defensive end and what seems to be the best D-line in the nation, considering they had 3 D linemen make the NCAA All-American team, and a linebacker. Best front 7 in the nation as well. Like, this defense is just crazy. So for Kansas State, they got a field goal, boot through the uprights, make it an 11-point lead as Kansas State now with the ball, 8.5 to go. They go quick throw. That's going to be going down as a fumble, and that's not the first time we've had that happen in this video, where it's a backwards pass, broken up, and turned into a fumble. What in the world is going on with these RPOs and these screens and everything, where it's just the potential for things to go catastrophically wrong on those plays has gone drastically up in this video. We've seen like multiple pick sixes on them, and we've seen multiple scoop and scores on them just in this video. Like, that is crazy that's happened so many times. I mean, hey, you know what? Good that they're paying for it. Stop running so many of them, I guess, is what I should say to it. But Kansas State now down 18 points with 6 minutes to play, but they are driving right now, right around the red zone, 21-yard line, and the handoff through the middle. Got the first. Goal to go with the 6 now. So now they can make this, cut into this lead a little bit. There they go. Touchdown, Kansas State. And now the kickoff, down by 11. And this, he missed the ball. And it's at the 2. He picks it up. And it's a safety on the kickoff. I hadn't seen anything like that before. Are you kidding me? What? Like, seriously, what is going on? How did he just whiff the kickoff and then... it's just... Alright, man. That's an incredible play. That's an all-timer. 33-24. And Kansas State now can cut this to a 1-score game. They actually go for it on 4th down. Instead of just kicking a field goal, they get it all the way down to the 8. 1st and goal. Kansas State can actually do this somehow, as the ball's incomplete, 8 yards out, 2nd and goal, 3:20 to go. They have all their timeouts. They're going to get, like, they're going to have a chance to get a stop. Like, they will. 3rd down and goal. It's just a matter of will it be a touchdown or a field goal here as he moves right, and he throws it out of bounds. 4th and goal. They will take the field goal here. Okay, it makes it interesting. They went for it on 4th and 4 before. Wouldn't kick a long field goal. They'd kick it here this time, though. Maybe didn't want to push their luck. It's a 1-score game, though. 33-27. 2 straight stops for Kansas State. 3rd and 11. And throwing, diving, 1st down. 1 more will do it. So Kansas State needs to have a pretty good run of stops here. They will get to the outside. And he gets him down to 3rd and 4. 2-minute warning for the game. It's incomplete, so they save him 40 seconds as well. You gotta be kidding me, man. How'd you just take the sack? And now they get 2 minutes to go. If Kansas State pulls this off, I need whoever that kick returner is to be blacklisted from this program forever, because that is insane. 3rd down and inches, though. He'll send it deep, and he's got a step. Oh, my goodness. Blacklisted from the organization, too. Oh, my. But they get the 4th down. What is going on? That is insane. Did he lose the ball and drop it? What in the world? Midfield, though, it's not done yet. It's still going. Kansas State, 45-yard line, 38 seconds to go. I don't think they can run the ball anymore, though. Step up, and he's sacked. And now 25 seconds to play. 3rd and 11. Pressure it immediately. Get rid of it. Incomplete. 4th and 11. 20 seconds to go. It is incomplete, and USC survives. I don't even know what that game was, but all right. We'll head to the national championship. And it's a rematch. Not a national championship rematch, but a rematch of the playoff game last year. Boise won, and they barely were able to escape a touchdown with 11 seconds to go, gave them a 29-26 victory. Now we come full circle here as these teams got first-round byes, made it all the way back to a national championship to face each other. Can USC get their revenge? Quick throw, caught for the touchdown from inside the 10. It's a USC 1-point lead. And Boise now, we'll see if Owen Jewell can do something here. The best DN. Let's see if he was pretty quiet last game. And now, I mean, like, I want to see him make a play here. I want to see him do something here. 1st down for Boise. Third down and 10, we jump ahead again. They get a free rusher. He gets the drag. He's got the first. Now it's 6 minutes to play from the 43. Handoff. He gets through the gap and loses 2. Third down and 12. Take a shot down the field. He was open. That was Jewel in coverage. Why is he in coverage? Who is the D coordinator that let that happen? He's the best D end in the country. He's not a cornerback. What are we doing? It's now from the 3-yard line and tackled the 5. Second and goal. I cannot believe that. What is going on? Boise State touchdown. And, well, okay, they take the lead. Now their turn to go for 2. And Boise tackled. This is a very familiar situation. Very familiar compared to last year, where USC now is on the other end of it. It was USC up 26-21 in a gotta-have-it type of drive to try to win the game. And now they go inside the 20 at the 16. Couple of big plays already find them there. Now a sweep to the edge. He's got 2. We're down to 3.5 minutes to play. Keep it again. I mean, do it 2 times in a row. You get 2 yards on both plays. Third down and 6. As they go through the middle on the ground. Walks in for a touchdown with the ease. And the 2-point conversion now. Come on, flip the script. As Boise won at 29-26 last year, USC is up 29-26. This isn't even a common score. How has this happened 2 times in a row? And how has it happened on the flip side now? USC, though, can this be enough? Or will Boise, with 1:40 to go, have their time in the sun? Oh, he caught it! Got a block! Touchdown, Boise! And USC needs more than that to get it done. Oh, my goodness. 1:20 to go. And with second down and 8, throw it on the run. Got a completion. That's a really good ball. 45-yard line. They go option. He doesn't pitch it. He goes down for a loss of 1. 1 minute to play. Gotta go. 56 yards. Check it down to the tight end who gets nothing. Third and 11. Take your shot over the middle. It's caught. First down. 39 seconds to go. 1 timeout. 38 yards away. Take the shot to the end zone. Oh, he caught it right over him. Touchdown. USC takes the lead. And, well, 36-33. Boise State has just 29 seconds to play. And they need to get into field goal range. They still got to go about 40 yards to do it. Pass is short. Got the first down. Boise will burn their first timeout. 20 seconds to go from the 27. And they'll go short again. Breaks the tackle, though, and will turn that into a couple extra, maybe 6 extra yards. Second down and 2. Pass is caught. Closing in on that midfield. You're closing on the Hail Mary range. 7 seconds to go. Take your shot deep, and it is incomplete. It's going to be up to this. Hail Mary for the win. Please don't do a pass interference. He'll take his shot, and it's a pass interference. Okay. Well, this means they're going to have enough arm strength to get to the end zone. All right. Defense, just knock it down. 41-yard line. He's going to have the arm. He's going to put it into the end zone. It's knocked away. USC wins it. That's a heck of a national championship. And hey, Jewel goes 25 tackles for loss, 15 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. And a heck of a season. Mesa goes to Arizona State, and Jewel is staying for another season as now a junior. He'll be really good this year, too. 90 overall. Talbot is not starting at Ole Miss just yet. Neither is Isaac Barnes. So all these edge rushers, only one of them still starting. Mesa not starting at Arizona State as a true freshman. Impact Dev. We go Tim Bloom, who is another edge rusher. So, you know, we've gotten used to that at this point. We're on a pretty crazy run of just defenders in general. And USC, well, look who wins the Lombardi Award, D Lineman of the Year, Best Edge Rusher as a whole, Owen Jewell, NCAA All-American, and he is looking to have just as good, if not a better season than last year. Well, here we go. First round, they got the first round bye. Second round, they're up 13-3 on TCU, and can we get a 2 national championship performance out of Owen Jewell? Well, let's see what he's got here, as Jewell got absolutely leveled there, actually. Hey, he's not the strongest guy, but hey, Jewell will make up for it, because look at him get out there and chase down the quarterback. Owen Jewell with the sack. Hey, and he's got the pass rush ability. Don't talk about his run stopping, but he's got 15 sacks last year. He's on, just about similar levels this year in terms of sacks, and his team up 16-3. It's just been all the defense doing their thing, and USC taking their deep shot. There's a flag down, and that's going to be pass interference, I think. I think that just, when he came back for the ball, it was, underthrown deep ball, got the pass interference buff. 2nd and 5 from the 45. And with a 3-man rush wide open along the sidelines to the 33. And I have to imagine if a touchdown is scored here, this one's got to be over. I mean, it might even be over right now considering that TCU's only found 3 points this entire game. But with the circumstances being potentially a 3-touchdown game, I mean, yeah, I don't know if I trust TCU to be able to pull this one off with how good USC's defense has played. And there he goes to the 1-yard line. Goal to go, handoff, touchdown, Trojans. And they should be rolling to the semifinals. 2-point conversion for good measure is good. Why not? And I guess we're not done either because the defense says we're going to outscore TCU. Because how about a pick six? 31-3. That'll be your game. I mean, what a performance from the defense here. It ends 31-3 where Owen Jewell has a tackle for a loss, sack, 3 tackles as a whole. And moving on to the semifinals, taking on Pitt. 19-20 is your score. And look at the runaround from Jewell. He just blew by. I mean, he didn't get in for the sack, but he pressured and forced an early throw. Like, that's just that special speed on display. 20-19, though, with USC having the ball with the 1-point deficit, they get it out to the back. They'll have a little bit of room, and they'll get a first down to the 44-yard line as they go keeper for the quarterback who gets it out to the tight end with a lot of room to run to the 30, to the 25, and down at the 24. As now designed to roll out to his right, finds a man, turns it upfield, down at the 2, and so close to finish off the drive. Touchdown! Trojans again find the end zone. 2-point conversion now. Swing it out to the back. Can't make the man miss in the open field. So it'll remain a 5-point game. Can the defense go and shut the door on this one? 7 minutes to play and trying to hold this lead. See Jewell at the top of the screen as they'll go to short pass. Get him 5 yards. Jewell, kind of lining up at that top spot as they do design rollout to his spot. Run right into him and Jewell forces the incompletion. Almost got the sack. Now that ball, you might have gotten away with one there. I mean, he hit him a little early. That could have been a pass interference, but we'll take it. We'll take it how we can get it as USC take it over, 2nd and inches. And from the 49 speed option, no, he's going to go down. Didn't get the pitch off 3rd and 4. They lose more yards and they'll have to punt it away. So now Pitt with 4 minutes to go. And Jewell, it's not him. Okay, he was lining it up at the bottom this time. Okay, see, I corrected myself, though, that time. It's a different guy getting the sack. But yeah, they kind of switch him. Sometimes he's at the top of the screen. Sometimes it's at the bottom of the screen. I mean, I guess that means they probably have him as, like, both rush edges or whatever, or the edge spot that he's in, it is different from the rush edge spot that he's in. So sometimes in different formations, he's on a different side. Can be confusing sometimes, but that's why we point him out a little bit. He's number 91 up there. Spin move didn't get through. And Pittsburgh, though, I mean, this is probably their final this is their final drive. Not probably. This is absolutely their final drive. And a sack as they go through 3rd and 11, but they get the completion. And they'll be at the 33, 1:10 to go. Get it out of bounds. He'll go and save the clock and not have to go run back and hurry things up as they'll get a completion here. And this is actually getting really worrying. 60 seconds to go and they're inside the 25. Now an incompletion here. Almost got him to the red zone. 55 seconds to play. Quick throw. Got the first inside the 10. Down to the 9. And not again. Just like to Boise State 2 years ago. He's got a completion at the 2. Out of timeouts. 30 seconds. Touchdown. Pitt. And that missed 2-point conversion earlier is brutal. And now they'll run it in for a 2-point conversion of their own. 28-25. Can you force overtime? You got 24 seconds on all your timeouts. That ball caught. It's a good start. You still need another 25 to 30 yards in that range, depending on how good your kicker is. There you go. That's 16. All right, so you're looking at 13 yards maybe, and that'll be, sure, you got 7 seconds to go. They're just going to take their shot now, and they'll have 2 shots maybe. It's tipped and incomplete. 1 second to play, and they're really going to go down unless they catch a Hail Mary. And inside the 5, it's incomplete. Man. All right, well, Owen Joel, how about a better season? 30 tackles for loss, which is 5 better. 17.5 sacks, which is 2.5 better. And also caught a pick this season. First round pick, obviously deserves it. What a player he was. So next edge rusher goes to Georgia. And Daquan Talbot is actually going to start now at Ole Miss finally. Isaac Barnes +5, not starting at Oklahoma. They got a whole bunch of edge rushers out there. Eric Mesa is going to start at Arizona State. Good for him. And star dev 78 overall for Tim Blum, and they are going to now have another offensive lineman. So at least it's not an edge rusher. Alani McCracken is a gem pass protector. So I mean, something different at least. Playoffs, Arizona State does make the playoffs. Daquan Talbot does not make a bowl game at all for Ole Miss. Ole Miss stunk this year, which is pretty un-Ole Miss-like in this game. But for the playoffs, 41-13 was your score, so Michigan absolutely dominated Arizona State. And for Eric Mesa, he ends up in an okay season. 4 forced fumbles is good, but he leaves. He's like, you know what? I'm going to Boise State because Boise State I can guarantee success. Alani McCracken goes to Kansas State. Talbot's still starting, takes a +2. He's actually a pretty nice play. He's got a lot of boost from the coach boost. He's not actually, he's like an 86 overall, but the coach boost is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Eric Mesa +6, and now he's a beast at Boise State. And the next guy, McCracken, like I said, was a gem tackle. He's elite dev, so we should be seeing him have a pretty short career because he's probably going to jump up quite a bit. We are now down to the second to last player, a speedster wide receiver with 98 acceleration being that key stat there. Boise State makes the playoffs at the 11 seed. Not really surprised. Talbot, what's going on with Ole Miss? 2 straight years, no real bowl game action. But all right, cool. We'll get into Boise State though in their bowl game. So Mesa went from Arizona State, one and done, said, I'm going to Boise. I want to go and have some of that success. I know I'm going to have a Heisman candidate wide receiver on my back at least. We should be able to put up some points. Let me do my thing on defense. I got a +6. And here's the offense of Boise State with a big run. Not so much the passing attack. They're up 26-21 on Tennessee right now. And even though they're on the road, they are handling it well. As a throw into the flats is caught, it'll be for 3, 3rd down and 5. As they'll drop, throw, flats again, and that'll be a loss of 2. So they'll settle for a field goal, meaning it will be a full 1-score game, touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but we'll see what Mesa can do here. If the rest of this defense as well, because they get a sack, 2nd and 16. Throw it short, and Mesa comes in, makes the tackle. 3rd down and 6. And stepping up, he'll scramble. He's got the first. Slides down at the 33-yard line. As now they'll drop and throw. Screen is going to get a tackle where he is only going to get 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and 7. Can they convert again? Mesa on the blitz, and they get another one. 1st down. All right, they're converting a couple of times now. As first and 10 to set it down, so they're going to scramble. Got to get a spy out there. Hey, Mesa would be a great spy. He's got a lot of athleticism to him. He should be able to absolutely level a quarterback if he tries to run it, but they're just not punishing him. He's running again for a 1st down. Red zone opportunity. Quick throw inside. Tight end's got it, and a touchdown. Can he stop the 2-point conversion, though? For the tie. He is in. They cannot stop the quarterback running. 29-29 your score, 4 minutes to play. And the first play of the drive is a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12, handoff. He is not getting far, just a gain of 1. 3rd and 11, sweep to the edge. I don't love that. They didn't even try to do anything. They just willingly gave him the ball back with 2.5 to go. And now Tennessee can go on a game-winning drive if they get something good here. A 3rd down and 11. Well, what do you know? It's a conversion almost, actually. You know what? I spoke too soon. I thought he had that, and he didn't actually. So now Boise gets their opportunity. 2nd down and 4. Tackled in the backfield, just driven to the ground. 3rd and 5. Come on, Boise's hit incomplete. All right, well, now Tennessee gets another chance, and they'll go short to the tight end. Man, the Boise offense is kind of letting me down right now. The defense isn't doing too hot either with that touchdown drive that they allowed where the quarterback just kept running it through them. But, like, come on, guys. Make a play here. 3rd and 1. Another conversion, and now they are right on that bubble field goal range as they will throw. Avoid the sack. Get it out to the back. Now they're very much in field goal range. It's under 50 from here. And Boise, if they don't get the stop here, it's probably done. And, yep, they're going to be out of timeouts. Tennessee now can run it all the way down, and they will get it even closer. It's a chip shot field goal from here, and they'll get it to the 11-yard line, kick it at the buzzer. It's good, and Tennessee wins. So, I mean, hey, the location may have changed. The result didn't. Arizona State one and done. Boise State one and done. Well, let's try Arizona State again. He transfers back to Arizona State. Sure, Isaac Barnes was on the bench at Oklahoma. He ends up transferring in his 5th season to Georgia to finally get an opportunity, and the receiver goes to Oklahoma. So Barnes is actually going to start now. Cool. Mesa only goes up +1, but I guess he's like, okay, it doesn't matter. I guess I'm going to go one and done no matter where I am. Let me just go back to the school I committed to. And then Alani McCracken goes up +3, not going to start. And the final player of this video is going to end up being, take your guesses, you get a second to guess. It's a cornerback, Nick Dobbs, bump and run corner. Compared to the bump and run corners that we've seen, probably like the worst one. You know, not a gem. Like Verrett was a bump and run, and then the other guy, Arma, was a bump and run, I believe. Those were 2 really good players. But Arizona State, hey, they're in the playoffs. Will they go one and done? Well, it's looking like they might do it. Is Mesa going to go 0-3 in the playoffs? He's down 35-14. McCracken isn't starting at Kansas State right now. He's still the backup tackle, so even though he's here, he's not playing. And Mesa, poor guy. I mean, he kept hopping. He kept hopping from team to team. Maybe if he would have stayed with either just Boise State or just Arizona State, you know, the whole way through, he might have been able to succeed a little bit more. How about 4th and inches, though? Game kind of on the line here, and they're going to get a big one. How about a 60-yard rushing touchdown to keep hopes alive? 35-21. And Arizona State now on defense as they go outside. Got a leaping grab and hitting the ground, keeping the ball in his possession. And now Kansas State, I mean, I'd have to imagine any score here to make it a 3-score game and try to get that lead right back up. It would probably have to do it if that was the case. But Arizona State, can they get a stop? Can Mesa lead this defense to a big stop here? It's over the middle. It's a first down. And K-State keeps it going. 30-yard line, quick to the tight end. Breaks a tackle. He juked out a defender, too. That's an impressive 7-yarder. Handoff. Gets a first. They just cannot stop. What is just the Mesa defense? Is he just, like, negative impact, negative motivation? Because every single time, whether it's Boise or Arizona State, they can't stop a 3rd down to save their lives. Here's a 3rd down. Here's a shot into the end zone. Well, it's an interception, so they shut me up, but they took a lot of time. It's just over 4 minutes to go, and you're still down by 2 touchdowns. So, like, yeah, you finally stopped them, but, like, look how long it took you to do it. As they go short, and just like that, you're at 3rd down and 10, and for all the time that they took, your drive might end in less than a minute, and they go out of bounds. It's 4th and 10. Game on the line. Throwing for the completion. Still got some life. 3:30 to play and all their timeouts, and they'll hand off, get the first down, weaving through. He'll get 13, and they'll hurry back to the line. Blitz sent in. And floating it outside, it's caught. He'll take it. He's gone. Touchdown, Arizona State. And we got ourselves a game. 21 points down. They were going to go for 2. And that was a terrible try. The decision, maybe it's like fine to make that decision, but that was a terrible attempt. It'll get out of bounds here, so that actually helps out Arizona State a lot. You just need to get a stop, get the defense to give your offense one more try at things here. 3rd down and 7. Here is the shot. And the completion. He's got the first. He got out of bounds again, so you haven't lost a whole lot of time, and only 1 timeout. And they'll run. There's your next timeout. Another timeout used after that. 3rd down and 5. They'll get the stop, though, and they'll get 2 minutes and no timeouts. I feel like there's been too many instances where this happens, and then, like, the team immediately throws a pick, like, a play later. They didn't throw a pick there, though. Let's hope they don't throw it here either. They don't. He's close, though. 3rd down and inches. They could have ran it if they wanted to just to secure the 1st down. They don't. They throw, and it's incomplete. 4th and inches. They'll go throw, and okay, it's a pick. It feels like every time. They threw the pick to lose the game. So Mesa, poor guy. You know, a pretty solid career, but 0-3 in the playoffs. 3 playoff appearances, 3 losses. And then not much better for Barnes, who finally got to play at Georgia after transferring 4 years at Oklahoma. Got smacked by Tennessee. 10 sacks, though. Credit to him. And he'll go to the NFL off a 10-sack season. 5th rounder. That's a pretty good 5th-round pick on a 1-year breakout type of player. Mesa goes in the 1st round. And the final player of this video, Nick Dobbs, he's going to go to USC. We've had pretty good success with USC. So we'll see how that turns out. Georgia edge rusher still not starting. I don't know if he'll ever actually end up playing. Lonnie McCracken, +6. He'll be a starter at K-State. And Milo here at wide receiver, not starting yet at Oklahoma. Nick Dobbs is 74 with stars. So we're going to ride out the rest of these players' careers. And we'll go and see the final stats and everything. K-State ends up making a bowl game, but it was against Kennesaw State. So kind of went how you expected. And McCracken, 13 games played, 2 sacks allowed, and just like that, to the NFL he goes. So, I mean, sorry if you were really excited for the tackle to play. Which means Blum also didn't end up playing at all at Georgia, so he went undrafted because he was like an 85 overall. He was an 87 with boost, but he was an 85 overall, never played in his career, so he didn't end up getting drafted. Unfortunate for him. Nick Dobbs, 79 overall, was the 4th corner, got a little bit of playing time. And then we go to Milo here in his bowl game where he is starting for the number 15 Oklahoma squad. 9-3 on the season. And we'll see if he can get a bowl victory. But all we have is Milo and Dobbs. And then we'll get into all that final stats and info that you guys are going to want to see. But 27-14 score. Oklahoma has the ball back. And it is a game with 6.5, just under 6.5 minutes to go. And we'll see if Milo can make a couple of big plays here. Quick throw inside. That'll be a 1st down. And that'll be now 2nd down and 10 after an incompletion on the new set of downs. He'll throw outside. That'll be a completion close to midfield. I mean, Army not maybe, again, matches up well on paper, but we did see earlier, you know, a team that was 20 overalls or less in Oregon State beat a pretty good Miami team in a bowl game. So, you know, upsets happen. 4 minutes to go, though. Not a whole lot happening in this bowl game. As 3rd down and 5, they get stopped 1 yard. 4th down and 4. Really need this one if you're Army. They'll run right through and tackled short of the sticks, meaning they'll go now with Oklahoma ball, 13-point lead, and they'll end up getting stopped on 3rd down. But Army uses 2 timeouts. They'll boot through a field goal. It's still a 2-score game, but 30-14, 16-point lead, and Army is going to have a completion there, a really good one. But, I mean, if they don't score on this drive, we'll get out of here. And they turn upfield. That'll be to midfield. 2:15 to play. Blitz sent in. And he's tackled. Sacked for a loss of 11. They end up getting 4 yards on 2nd down. 3rd and 17. Sacked again. 4th and 25 for the finish. It is caught short. Not even close. So Oklahoma gets the bowl victory. And, hey, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, pretty solid season. He'll stay for another season. He'll jump up 5 overalls. He's up to a 90 with the boosts and everything. And for Nick Dobbs, he goes up +1, which means he actually fell in the depth chart because he didn't really get much better, but cool. And Oklahoma doesn't make the playoffs. And not only that, they got another bowl game. This one against another bad opponent. They got to face Army and Texas State, so they dominate Texas State this time, 44-20. And he ends up with almost identical season yardage-wise, got a couple more touchdowns and a couple less catches, and Dobbs ends up with a whopping 1 tackle on the seasons. Milo ends up going in the 1st round because he ended up jumping up to a 92 overall, and Nick Dobbs going into his senior season is an 84 overall. He didn't make a bowl game, and it's 30-9 was the record, so he ends up with 1 interception, 6 deflections, doesn't get drafted because he was a low overall, and that will be it. So here are the results, and, you know, the champions are one thing. You know, this is pretty standard stuff, pretty normal. I don't think there's anything I don't see anything too shocking. But, like, guys, what happened? I know Boise State was always good, but, like, what the heck is this? Look at what you're about to see. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Heisman winners at Boise State. Are you kidding me? What is going on? All right. We'll move to the stats and the info because we're still focusing on our players here. So here's where all these recruits came from. Where does the #1 overall recruit commonly come from? Well, overwhelmingly, it was California. They had 6, which the next best was 3 for Texas, 3 for Florida. I think California, Texas, Florida makes sense as the top 3. I was just maybe surprised that California had just as much as the other 2 combined. The other states that had multiples were Alabama, fair, Arizona, all right, and then you had a pretty decent mix of other places. Pennsylvania, Hawaii, Wyoming, Utah, New Mexico, Georgia, Maryland, Louisiana, Ohio. We don't typically have to do this because usually we're following one position, but here's the positional breakdown. Cornerbacks ruled the day. 6 of the 25 were cornerbacks. 5 edge rushers. We went on a little bit of a run. Like 4 of the edge rushers came in a 5-year span, I believe. So we went on a little bit of a run there, but 3 wide receivers, 2 linebackers, 2 tackles, 2 D tackles, 2 safeties, 2 quarterbacks, and then 1 tight end. So a pretty decent spread of positions. There was no interior offensive linemen, and, you know, none of, like, the other positions like kicker, punter, fullback, or any of that other stuff. But it's a pretty decent balance of positions here. When it came to the development traits and they were gems and busts and everything, we had 4 gems, 3 busts. And the development split, I mean, yeah, it just really does feel like normal dev, you're just not going to get that. I mean, I think we were, every single time I've done one of these videos on College Football 27, I'm like, yeah, the sample size has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and now we're up to 100 players between quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and #1 overalls. 0 normal devs. So, out of 100 players, none of them have been normal devs. So, I mean, hey, if you get a top-rated type of player who's normal dev, who's like a 5-star, #1 in his position, he's normal, hey, good on you, because that's pretty hard to get. I mean, my goodness. 7 impact, 11-star, and 7 elites. The development path for these players, on average, about a 77 overall is what their base starting overall was, but we've seen as high as an 81. I mean, Jewel as an edge rusher with 90-plus speed and acceleration, and just being an absolute monster elite dev, 81, I mean, that's going to be about as good of a prospect as we're going to see in any of these videos all year. And yeah, like, that's like a generational type of dude. 81 overall was the average year 2, then 85, then 87. So once you're getting to year 4, you know, pretty draftable player. Year 5, only a very small amount made it to year 5. Whenever there's like less than 5 players to make it to year 5, a redshirt senior season, I don't really track that data since that's not really a big enough sample size. There was only, again, less than like 5 players to get there. So, you know, I think one thing that we've noticed is, you know, the overalls have skewed downwards this year, and our peak overall for a player going into their final season development-wise was a 92. Now, obviously, they get in-season progression as well, so that's why we've seen, you know, guys like Jewel or Mac Payne be like a 94 by the time they get drafted. But again, you know, just seeing lower overall players has been interesting. Biggest one-year jump, we got a +9 from Mac Payne, who a lot of it was a in-season development. He was like a 83, 84 type of player. By the end of the season, he was an 89. Going into the next season, he was like a 90. You know, it's 90-something. Like, he was just jumped up a lot during the season. Biggest career jump, he got a +14. Lowest career jump was a +6, but that one's interesting because that was Kai Coker, the tight end. He still was a second-round draft pick, and he left after 3 years. So, like, he could have stayed longer, but tight end's just, the threshold to get drafted as a tight end is so much lower. Now, speaking of the draft and where these players got selected, interestingly enough, between the quarterback, running back, and receiver video, this one with the #1 overall players had the most undrafted players. 5 players went undrafted. Now, to counteract that, I mean, we had 11 guys go in the first round, which is also up there when it comes to the number that we had. I believe that is the most. I think 10 was the previous most. But so we had like the most high end and the most low end, so the most boomer bust types, because there were no 7th rounders, no 6th rounders, 2 5ths, 2 4ths, and not a whole lot in day 2. I mean, 1 third rounder, 4 second rounders is fine, but like considering between 25 players, 16 of them are either top of the line first rounders or undrafted altogether. Like that's a pretty big boomer bust type stuff there. On to the milestones. So of these players, 9 of them ended up hitting the portal. That was the extra thing that I kept track of for the milestones rather than like statistical achievements, because every single player had different statistics to chase after. But 14 made a playoff appearance. Again, that is lower than some of the other videos. 10 won a playoff game, so a pretty high rate of players. If you made the playoffs, you won. 10 made conference All-Americans, 6 of them made NCAA All-Americans. We had 5 players making national championship appearance, and what I mean by that is if you were a key contributor, not like a team, like I think like one of the players was like a backup on a national championship team. If you were a starting player on a national championship team, 5 players were that. 3 of them ended up winning a national championship, and we had, not much in the individual award category. No Heismans, even though I do feel like we should have had a Heisman. I mean, I know Boise State wide receiver go crazy, but Matt Payne deserved a Heisman at least one of those years. For the best individual seasons, I did make a little bit of a rule. I restricted it to 1 season per player, because if it was like just free reign, Mac Payne would have had the first and second season, and then Owen Jewell probably would have had 2 seasons as well. So, 4 of the 5 best seasons would have been between 2 players, which, I want to showcase other players and what they were able to do. So, hey, Alabama wide receiver went all the way to win a national championship, NCAA All-American, 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns. Kavon Khan led the nation in interceptions during his season, 9 picks. He was, 2-year starter, but 1 really good year. Hey, Kasatati, how about 15.5 sacks for a defensive tackle? Not only that, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, a safety, and a touchdown. Just stuffing the stat sheet with everything you can imagine. Owen Jewell in his, biggest season, his second year as like a breakout star level player, and up with 30 tackles for loss, which was following up on a 25 tackle for loss season. Upped his sacks from 15 sacks to 17.5, caught a pick, forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. And then Mac Payne, unbelievable player. I mean, a playoff demon, a national champion, 75 completion percentage, 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns, 19 rushing touchdowns. So you add that all together and give him 58 total touchdowns and over 5,000 all-purpose yards. And finally, that brings us to the best of the best. Overall, I wanted to give a shout out to Kobe Arma, who, was a 3-year starting corner, and I thought was really good in those 3 years. 2 picks, 5 picks, 5 picks, was able to, just be a steady player. Just wasn't on as good of a teams, but was a really talented player, was a first-round pick, and, just did it for longer rather than, some of these players who did it for 1 year. Garrison Kegler, 2 1,000-plus yard seasons, and Heisman candidate, NCAA All-America, 28 touchdowns, made a national championship. And then the top 3 were the top 3 individual season guys. Kasatati dealt with some injury troubles in his first 2 years as a starter, kind of negated some of the overall production that he could have had, but still that final season was amazing, and he showed that maybe if he was healthy for those previous 2 seasons, the stats would have been even crazier. Owen Jewell, I mean, that's just going to be a hard-to-top defender for us this year. 37 sacks, 150 tackles, 69 for loss, 6 forced fumbles, 3 awards in his cabinet by himself. And then Mac Payne, you want to talk about tough to top. This is one of the 3 best quarterbacks that we've seen in college football, 27, and you can make the real argument that Mac Payne might be the best quarterback that we've seen in college football, 27. This dude is insane. 74 completion percentage, completed even higher percent in the playoffs, 9,000 yards in 2 years, 78 touchdowns, 12 picks, 1,600 rushing yards, 37 rushing touchdowns. This is in 2 years as a freshman and a sophomore. Like, this ain't junior, senior, he's 23, 24 years. Bro, this dude is 19 and 20 years old. And, this dude was doing it absurdly well. He was insane. And when we were just watching him, it was one of those players that just performed really well on the field, and the numbers, backed up what you were watching. There are some players that have high inflated overalls or stats, but then you watch them, they're kind of disappointing, underwhelming. This dude was the opposite. I mean, he was not only the numbers match, but the watching matched even more. It was man, his numbers could have been even better because of how crazy he was playing. So, Mac Payne was just unbelievable, incredible player. So let me know what you guys all thought of this one, what you guys want to see next. What you also thought of the little, like, highlighting the defensive players, if that helped out a little bit. You know, I wanted to, you know, give a little bit of an indication there for you guys, because that was a requested thing from the previous years. But like and subscribe, as I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in the next one.